Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? I gotta figure this out, how to mod somebody from here. Hold on. If I click on you, okay, I can put user in timeout, ban user and delete, star comment. Or delete comment. So I might need to do it from YouTube. Listen, I'd mod both of you. I gotta figure out how. Hold on. Bro, I smell a dead animal, and I hope it's not a fucking cat from around the neighborhood. I'm scared. I need to do it from YouTube? Shit. All right, hold on. Do I have to? Do I have to like use an old comment that somebody commented on a video, or can I use hold on. I'm gonna put this in chat. Everybody bear with me. I haven't been live in a while. All right. So settings. Oh, look at that. I can do all this with the guests. All right. I'll figure it out. I'm going to put the link down in chat. If I can find it. Are you with me? No, my cat's right here. My cat might have killed the cat. That's what I'm scared of. Hey, Meg. Give me a second. I'm just trying to figure out. There we go. I gotta get used to the sheet again. And if you unsub to me because, you know, I had an opinion about Brian's plea, don't sub to me fucking again. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. But we're gonna have a chat because everything that I ever said, other than in chat, I mean, even that's recorded, is all recorded. And I said, let's all make some noise and get this heard by Pam Bondi. I said that's the only way that anybody above a judge or a corrupt court or whatever is going to actually take this seriously and somebody big look into it. Well, it seems like Daddy has spoken. What's up, Teresa? And it seems like Daddy's aware that something ain't right in Idaho. Now, we can just say, oh, you know, he just, you know, he saw it and he wants to get involved because he wants to get involved with everything. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case here because of his wording. And, you know, we're talking about somebody that took 4 lives. We always talk about, you know, everybody's always saying how, you know, people take plea deals all the time. But Trump is specifically interested in this plea deal. And I'm happy. Because that means if he's interested, Pam Bondi's interested, as much as I don't like her because she lied about the fucking Epstein files, but we're not going to go there. Anyway, but yeah. So if Pam Bondi's interested, that means that the higher ups are looking at this. That means that maybe some task force, I guess is called. I don't know what the president's able to do if he's able to put together like a group of people that, you know, nobody really knows about to investigate what the hell is really going on. That's my perfect world. Just like I said before about why, you know, how we should all be bashing on Pam Bondi's door or Kash Patel's door to do something because they're brand new to their jobs. They want to get out on the right foot with the American people. I mean, Pam Bondi's gotten off with the wrong foot, in my opinion. So this is her time to shine. Let me put. I got to figure out how to pin this links because I don't want to keep. keep having to put this in chat. I'm on a phone, so I got to be very careful about what I touch. And I don't want to like kick everybody out or anything. But yes, you all know that I own everything that I've ever said, everything that I've ever done. I don't hide from it. I mean, the people that actually know me know me. And yes, when Brian pled, did I say fuck this? Brian pled. If he wants to plea, that's on him. Absolutely, because I said from the beginning, right? Until I see that he did it, Brian's innocent. But if he's going to plead guilty, on paper, he's guilty. That doesn't mean that Brian did it the way that Santa Claus, Mr. Anorexic Santa Claus, read over to him, which is while they were sleeping, which is bullshit, by himself, which is bullshit, yada, yada, yada. Now, if that was to protect their own case, fine. But on paper, that's what Brian pled to, and none of it was proven. No kind of, what's it called, allocation, right? I think it's called allocution or whatever. Didn't have to tell him where the knife was. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the fact that I guess all of us here were able to make enough noise. I mean, even everybody in chat, all of us. I mean, I'm nobody, right? I'm just somebody that knew Brian, like, as a kind of like a classmate. But I know all of his friends, and when they're all telling you there's no way he did this, you still have that in the back of your head, like, he's not that guy. No, he said he wasn't that guy. And if he did it, he didn't do it the way that he pled to, but he still pled. So the only way that I thought that this could ever possibly now, I guess, shift in a direction of actual justice coming to the table has now surfaced. Because Trump talking about it, in my opinion, is a big deal. What's up? True Seeker, Kathy. What's up, everybody? Who else is here? I am me. Miss you guys. I know I haven't been live in a minute, but we've all seen each other everywhere else. So we've all been fighting the same fight, right? It was a shame that he pled guilty. But I hope that that's not spooky, is it? That's not the spook. That's not the actual spook, is it? Dinky, my man. What's up, boy? I'm putting this in chat one more time because I always go up on everybody else's panel, right? But like when I go live, I'm left up here by myself, which is fine. You can throw me in the middle of a jungle and I'll come back, with a Rolex. But it'd be nice. Oh, somebody. Miss Potts is backstage here. Miss Potts, if you've been waiting, I'm sorry. It just showed me that you were back there. Hold on a second. Annie, can you hear me? Can you guys see a background on my screen?
Yes.
What does it look like? Is there black dots, or does it look like it's like, like we're all going to go bowling and,
Yeah, that's what it looks like. An 80s bowling alley.
All right, cool.
Bowling.
You know what I mean? Let's have a little fun on this Monday afternoon. Some of y'all are at work.
Homie?
Nothing, man. I'm fucking excited now. I got the call from Annie, and fucking my mood immediately changed to, there it is. This is what the fuck I've been waiting for. Acid. Yo, listen, I've been listening to a lot of Jimi Hendrix the past couple of days. So like when I saw that I was able to use his background without having to pay $6,000, I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. Because I watched his live performance from where was it in 1970? Shit. I think it was in Maui. In Maui, he did a live performance, and like the whole crowd was on acid. There was somebody riding in the back on a horse. He's playing Voodoo Child. No phones. It was so majestic and so like everybody living in the moment. I was like, wow. Like what I'd give to just have something where you, even if you couldn't like, fuck with time, just to go back and just experience it, would be fucking so cool. Anyway, so that's why I wanted this background. What are you doing, homie?
Nothing. Just laying in the cut, loving it that he's just clocking spooks all day and putting the spooks in Idaho on notice. I love it.
Is that the spook? Hold on, I gotta
and
scroll back.
from what I understand, he didn't put it on Twitter. I think it was originally posted to his Truth Social, and then people were just kind of sharing it from there.
Thank you. Where you at, Malika? Okay.
I think someone else. Yeah, people are saying Brian. Yeah, people are saying like Brian and Jane is reposting.
Right.
I have no idea. I just know people are saying like other mainstream media people are also reposting it. So I mean, it's definitely.
How dare you spell his name wrong, man? Yeah. Well, people should be. Everybody, listen. Everybody that has an X account, unfortunately, I don't. Or True Social, or don't have a True Social. I'm about to sign up tonight, and but I'm sure it's already obviously shared on other social media sites. So every single social media site that everybody has, please, if you can, we've all been fighting this fight, and this might be, our little crack. I never believed in this plan that, this 10, 20-year plan, but I always said, if we can get Pam Bondi to care about somebody, just somebody that is above these corrupt motherfuckers, you know what I mean? That's in my heart. I felt like that was the only way where progress would ever be made. So, I don't want nobody to come in here and be like, you're a hypocrite because, you said Brian was guilty. Well, he was, on paper, like he pled guilty. We can't all change that, but if it was for a reason and, hey, I'm all for it.
I just think it's really interesting. It's less than 48 hours before sentencing, and Agent Orange. Agent Orange decided to come out and put everybody in Idaho on notice. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Shit, it makes me want to have social media now. Now I want to talk shit. So who's all here? Written a Bondi about this case. Good job, Kate. Like I said, if we all make enough noise, they can't ignore all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't ignore all of us. So hopefully, somebody got to somebody, and are you able to share, like down at the bottom, where you could because you're on the computer right now, or are you on your phone?
Nah, I'm on my phone.
Oh shit!
Why? What do you need?
No. I was gonna try to share the screen in case nobody has seen the post yet. Just read it out loud, unless you have it in front of you. You can read it.
No, I'm not on my. If I was on my computer, I think it would give me the option to share screen, but I don't have that option right now.
What's up, Christy? Let me say hi to everybody real quick. Marion, who else is here? Lucy, Heather. How can we change your name to Lucy? I never asked you. Meg. All the cool
Lucy Morning
all the cool motherfuckers are here, right? All the cool non-fake motherfuckers that don't change up when your opinion, changes. This is what I like to see, man. This is the people that fucking, I could go out, fucking, have a drink with, and fucking, you know what I mean? You don't need to have
these are the people I can rant to. Yeah, these are the people we can rant to and lose our shit, and they still love us.
Exactly. The cool kids clubs, exactly, Christy. Because trust me, I keep notes. I keep mental notes over the past 3 years on the people that, are nice just to be nice. See, I'm never nice to anybody just to be nice. If y'all have, seen that yet, or if not, well, pay attention. But, because I hate that fake nice shit. If you don't like me, tell me. If I don't like you, you're going to know. What's up? Onward? Truth and Justice is here. All right, I love to see it. People chatting it up. Let's get fucking pumped. Brainwash. What? Daddy's talking about this. This is crazy to me. This is like, yes, this is what the fuck I've been dreaming about happening And like when you called me, you were just like, it was like no big deal. And like my fucking whole body like blew up when you fucking told me. I was like, this is better than anything. Withdrawing his plea, anything. You know what I mean? Because like even if somebody told me he withdraws his plea, I'm like, still can be used against him.
Well, even as you were talking about Bondi, right? You have to remember. So like it wasn't that long ago in the last week that they were trying to say, nope. The whole Epstein file thing, it's a hoax and blah, blah, blah. And then at a live roundtable, he says, looks right at her talking about, I didn't sign that. You release this shit, like release this stuff or whatever. You need to release it all immediately. And he was talking about how he didn't sign anything. So it's really interesting. Remember, I was telling you, like, even when me and you were talking a few days ago, and I was like, nah, bro, he's got something up his sleeve. He always does. He's coming out calling the Epstein thing a hoax. Nah, he's giving somebody the rope and he's letting them hang themselves with it.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he's doing right here as well. Like, this is what he does. He trolls people for fucking, it's like his favorite thing to do is troll spooks, bro.
Yeah. Yep. I love it. Because like he's about justice, right? Like Trump likes, that dude was shot in the fucking ear, man.
Right.
And that guy basically, it still amazes me how like we still don't know anything about that dude that shot him, but I'm not going to go into that right now. What's up, Rolo? More than half playing Dodge Rocks. More than half playing Dodge Rocks. I always have to break down what Rolo says because there's always a hidden message in it. Don't trust the lot. Spooky. Is that spooky? Or is that another spooky? Like, is that spooky or is that spooky?
I have no idea.
I'm excited because I haven't seen Spooky around town in like a very, very, very long time. That's Spooky! Spooky's one of my favorites. So yeah, so
what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen now that Agent Orange has spoken out on this?
We all need to capitalize. We all need to like I said, we all need to make a true social or like figure out how to start like just messaging and like telling them exactly what we think like Trump needs to do because we only have a short window, right? We got like 5 days.
No, today's Monday. Sentencing is Wednesday. It's less than 48 hours away.
Shit. So we got less than 48 hours to make, to take. Yeah, something. Yeah, we got to do something.
That's why I just said less than 48 hours before this fucker is to be sentenced, and Agent Orange decides to come out and put the spooks on notice in Idaho. It's a beautiful thing. I'm here for it.
Yeah. What rocks, Rolo? Jameson, what's going on? Fizzy Cake. Who else did I met? Sarah, what's going on? So I can only see 3 or 4 comments at a time. That's why I fucking hate being on the phone. So I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. Hey, Carrie. Nice to. Hey, listen, I haven't been live in a very long time, so I'm glad y'all are here. Is Twiz here? What's up, Twiz? Who the fuck? Fuck you. Who the fuck is you? Drop some shorts questioning the one-person timeline. The Truth Nation Uncensored. Drop some shorts questioning the one-person timeline. Well, I mean, I've never believed it was one person. I've always said 6 minutes, no trace. It didn't happen the way he pled to. Period. We all know that. I mean, that's just common fucking sense.
Hippler's probably shitting his fucking pants. I love it.
Fuck me. Hippler's like, I tried to skate by, you know what I mean? And I couldn't do it. Fuck.
We were almost there. We were almost to the finish line, fuckers.
What's up, Lenore? I'm trying to see if somebody can maybe come up and share their screen, possibly. So I'm going to try to drop the link one more time, just in case, like I said, nobody has seen the...
I mean, bro, if you need me to hop on my computer, I can. I could come back up with my laptop and share it for you.
Yeah. Are you? Well, yeah. Whenever you're
it's
home,
it's on my community tab.
I've only been
you
live.
Can't share your screen.
Yeah, I've only been live for 20. Well, I'm on a phone.
Oh, so, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so like it shares my whole phone screen and shit. Like,
all right. Weird. Well, if you want, give me like 4 minutes and I can drop the laptop.
Oh no, take your time. I mean, I've only been live. Usually, like this is somebody's introduction for 20 minutes, so you know what I mean. It's all good. I haven't been What's up, Wade?
Yeah, I got you. I got you, homie. I can definitely. I mean, I shared it on my community tab.
What's going on? Mm-hmm.
If anybody,
Oh, you shared
somebody
it?
needs
Thank
to
you. I
go grab
appreciate
it.
that.
Yeah, I shared it on my
that.
community tab.
Yeah. And by the way, any support is, the reason I have it here and like, I haven't gone through the process of the shit with YouTube yet is because just to be, I'm 100% transparent with everything. YouTube takes like 50% of like everything that's brought in. And then like, God forbid you click one wrong thing or you file or like something goes wrong, they'll like hold your money hostage for like as long as they want until they feel like you deserve it or you correct a mistake or whatever. So I have my Cash App at the bottom. Any proceeds will go directly towards me trying to get some kind of setup or a mic or something. And then I mean a couple people heard me talk about this, but I want to kind of start something where I go out into the woods with my daughter and we have a tent and we have like a couple survival things where maybe like a weekend we pick a few different areas to kind of go out and stream being out there and little survival tips and stuff like that because I want to get my daughter I want to teach her a lot of stuff, but she also likes the whole YouTube thing, so I figure it's something we could do together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
it sounds like fun.
Yeah, so anything would go to like that or whatever. But yeah, that's hopefully in the future when she's back from Arizona. So let's see what people are saying.
I'm just super stoked about him putting spooks on notice. It's literally my favorite thing. I'm so here for this. Like, I don't think you even understand.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it doesn't matter to me, like about guilt or innocence right now. What matters to me is, the rights. That's what matters. Would you watch it,
Busy? Yeah, his rights being violated, and that's what I hope Trump is like seeing here. And it's not just like him trying to please some like. I just hope it's not like Steve or somebody that like got to him. I hope this is like.
Well, I got to tell you, in my very humble opinion, if it's less than 48 hours before Brian is to be sentenced and Agent Orange decides to make a post all about what's happening over there, it's because he's putting people on notice. This is just how he operates. Anybody who's been paying attention to him politically. It's his favorite thing to do. He will literally give you the rope and let you hang yourself with it. And do it on live TV too. It's wild. He doesn't give a shit. So whoever he's talking to, Hippler, feds, I don't know, but he's definitely putting people on notice, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. No, I said that because just my personal opinion. And if you ask Brian where the murder weapon is, he would have no idea. It's just my opinion. He'd be like, he might make some shit up, but I think he has no idea.
Right.
What do you think? Hey, simply.
I mean, I think that it depends, honey. We don't know who he was with. We don't know what he was doing. Nobody really knows except for him. Right. And maybe a few select other people who dug through his phone data and shit. Yeah. I mean, nobody really knows except for him, is how I look at it. So if he does know where the damn knife is and they didn't make him, he didn't have to cough up that information. I mean, then that's bad on the state. Like, what kind of justice are you actually trying to get here? You're taking away the death penalty, even though you attached it. Like, why'd you attach it if you didn't fucking think the punishment fit the crime? What's the point? You could have still just went for life, right? It doesn't make any sense why they even attached it to begin with.
Absolutely. And then especially when they didn't attach it in the Vallow, right? They took it off the Vallow trial, I believe. But you're going to keep it on this where we're on a 24th request for discovery. Are you kidding me?
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right, let me find you right now. Sure.
I mean, you want to talk about trial by ambush? I mean, like you had said, if they waited to the last moment to put in their biggest piece of evidence or whatever, I mean, I guess they can, but why were they given so much cushion on their deadline? Back when, Jesus, that was Judge, right? That made that deadline, I think. And they just, Hey, Yvonne.
Yeah,
How you
if I
doing?
remember correctly, like, yeah,
But I think in
they blew
Idaho,
past their deadlines months ago.
But I think somebody was mentioning last night when you were live that Idaho doesn't require like any sort of allocution. I believe somebody was saying
I guess
Idaho's
not.
like Idaho's laws are weird.
I honestly have I have no idea. I just feel like if I'm the judge on the case, especially, I just feel like I'd want some form, just some form of allocution, even if you don't want to give a full confession or something.
Thank you,
Like
Meg.
we gotta, there's
Yeah,
gotta be something here because the
Yeah,
families deserve to know,
exactly. Well, that's the one thing is you have poor families that just they want closure, and like they just expect them to get closure by them locking up some dude and them having no answers. No,
Right.
that's not how. I don't know what kind of world these people live in, but like that's not reality.
Well, I'm gonna drop all right, I'm gonna drop off from my phone and I'm gonna come rejoin from the laptop.
All right, cool.
You want
Yeah,
you want the post, right?
Well, yeah, just so we can bring it up and read it real quick, in case nobody has seen it, and then I'll put the link back in chat when you're back in.
Thanks. All right.
All right. All right, homie. Later. I'll put the link in chat in case anybody else wants to come up too. Hold on a second here. Put the right one in chat. There's two. There we go. What about the other spotlight issues? In my opinion, many there are rogue pockets of FBI. Right? Exactly. That's what I mean. I don't know what higher ups are able to look at what and what branches, can even do anything. But something can be made, and hopefully by somebody to look into corruption. I mean, if the government now truly cares about transparency and all that shit, well, let's start showing it. Let's start weaning out the weasels because. Hold on a second. Just saw a comment that. Oh, never mind. All right. I'm gonna put that. The link chat one more time for Annie. There we go. All right. Hey, Janet. Hey, Willie. Hey, Ms. Potts. Love you both. Tuning in. Can you give a quick rundown of what's going on? Yeah. So basically, Annie's going to come back up. And hopefully, she can share her screen just to bring up the post. But if you see my thumbnail, Trump basically got wind of no allocution, and I'm assuming other details that probably didn't sit well with him about the Idaho 4 case, and he made a pretty long post about it, saying that he hopes that the right thing is done, and basically putting Hippler on notice that, hey man, the world's watching, and not just the world, I'm watching you, and I love that. Hey, Janet. So yeah. Oh, that was Janet's comment. Okay, cool. Let's see. Annie, you back there? Hold on. There we go. What up?
Hey, give me 1 second. I'm trying to hook up my mic.
I know. I just want him to say something, Sarah, right? Like, just show us that, they're doing you wrong, or show us that, like, you went out of there, right? Don't. I just hate how content he looks. I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here, guys. Especially after almost 3 years.
All right. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you good. Yeah. Can you guys hear me all right? Do I got to turn her up or something?
I got my echo cancellation on. I don't have my mic all the way up because I'm not trying to blow out anybody's eardrums.
This was the plan that I wished for, and that's why I'm so delighted and don't give two shits about going live and whatever people want to say to me because, yes, I have said some stuff because Brian pled, but, I've said from the beginning, if this can get up there, we could just get this up there. Something could be done, and we got it up there, and let's hope we carry it forward. The prosecutor was a coward. All they cared about was yeah.
All right,
I mean, yeah, that's all Bill wanted. He wanted. What'd you say?
All right, did you want me to show that?
Tom Ellis. Who's Tom Ellis? Should I know who Tom Ellis is?
Don't know who Tom Ellis is. Do you want me to share screen?
Yeah, can you?
Yep.
Awesome. Brian has direct line.
Can you see that or no?
I
think you have to approve it or something.
Let's see where I have to do that. Oh, here it is. Okay. At stage. Okay, cool. Oh, awesome.
Okay, cool. Yep, everybody can see that.
So I just add the stage. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
So this was posted to the University of Idaho Murders case discussion page.
No, not like the way they say Miss Pottage. No, by himself and all this shit. Absolutely not.
What time is it now? 3:52. So it looks like around 2:16ish. Is when this was screenshotted. So yeah, it was this afternoon, I think. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll read it. So he said, Brian Koberger, who was responsible in Idaho for the deaths of 4 wonderful young souls, had made a plea bargain deal in order to avoid the death penalty. These were vicious murders with so many questions left unanswered. True. While life imprisonment is tough, it is certainly better than receiving the death penalty. But before sentencing, I hope the judge makes Koberger, at a minimum, explain why he did these horrible murders. There are no explanations. There is nothing. There are no explanations. There is nothing. So he's and right there, that you see how he capitalized nothing.
Yeah, nothing, and he's yelling nothing.
Which is weird because he's like, there is no. Which he said, there is no nothing.
He knows. Yeah, he knows they don't have shit.
So right there, that's Trump saying what we all have been saying, right? So and then he says, people were shocked that he was able to plea bargain, but the judge should make him explain what happened. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So the door has been opened. And it seems like it's not sitting right with Trump because I've always said that at least Trump has some kind of common sense. That's why I voted for it. I'm echoing a little bit.
I just know how this guy operates, and the fact that he even put out a statement like this. I said, oh shit, let me get my popcorn.
Yeah. So I like how he capitalized nothing because that's the only word in the whole thing he capitalized. Basically telling me that somebody has given him some information on this to where he's like, yeah, this is not fucking, no. Either you're going to make him.
Been clocking this shit the whole time.
Yeah, and Trump's all about pardons and shit. So, if say the judge doesn't make Brian do that and they just go ahead and throw Brian away, like, I don't think it's going to sit well with him.
He's already got mad beef with the FBI because of all the shit they did. So, I mean, I'm going to say it again.
We as a public need to stay in his ear. Now that he cares about this is our in. All of us here. All of us who claim that holy shit, there's almost 250 people here. Wow, I appreciate everybody here.
Well, hello,
to be
everybody.
Honest. Yeah, holy shit, I just looked up.
Don't forget to throw Willie $5 in his Cash App. He'd appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, right. I never get a
any
donations or anything.
I could tip you.
But again, I never really
isn't on in your chat, or I would be able to like throw you a tip ski, but you don't have your thingy on.
Oh, well, I have it up on the screen here.
Like, no, I know, but there's no way for like when I'm on my end, there's no way for me to like leave a super chat.
Yeah, well, I mean, if somebody like sends me well, that's the thing. I have to be monetized, and super chats YouTube takes 50% of it. Plus,
well, no,
I'll just
like
bring
45.
if somebody cash apps me, right, I can click over from my phone screen here, and then if they say hey, or if they say thank you or whatever, and they want me to highlight one of their comments, I'll just go back and find the comment they want.
All right, then
I'd rather have 100% of this.
I'll throw you a 10 ski in your cash app.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Well, no, let's tip your ass, right?
Tip your ass.
I don't know, dude. I'm all about showing the love when I can. I like to go into people's chats and throw them a little tip ski because people do it for me all the time, and it's super nice. And they don't have to.
I do have Venmo. I gotta figure out how to do like that thing where you can, because it seems like you post it in chat where it says like, hi, thanks for coming in, if you want to support, yada yada, and it's all like laid out. I haven't been able to do all that yet. You know me, I never asked for a dime from going live and stuff. But like I said, anything was going towards some kind of setup, so I'm not on my phone. Anyway, somebody came in and said, what's going on? It's on the screen here.
Bondi is going to. You really think Bondi? I don't know. I just don't think Bondi is going to do shit. If you want my honest opinion, I think this is coming from someone much higher than her, which is for him to address this. It's someone much higher than her chirping in his ear about this case. Just saying. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Who do you think it is?
I mean, I don't think it's Pam Bondi. You got good spooks and bad spooks, right? So, and there's a lot more good guys than there are bad guys. So,
yeah.
And don't think the good spooks don't clock the bad ones, because they do. It's what they do all day, every day. So, just saying.
Venmo. Hold on a second. Do I still have Venmo?
Yes, Twiz, this is a real post, darling. Brian Enton has reshared it. Fox News is reporting on it. Lots of people are talking about it.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. So it seems like if I go away for a bit. All right. So I just looked at my Venmo, Meg. So because like I use the Venmo for my like my trading card stuff, I have the like username as my last name, like a jackass. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to change my Venmo name before I give that out, because it's literally my last name, like a jackass. Sorry if you mentioned this already, but do you think brought this to his attention? Well, that's Trump speaking, Roxy. This is Donald Trump's actual profile from True Social. So, in my opinion, yeah, he's on notice. What was the last bit of the tweet say? That was it, right, Annie? Can Annie hear me? Shit. Something might have happened to Annie. Hold on.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry, dude. I had to like
That's all good. I can hear you now.
my audio is clipping out. What was your question?
I think somebody had a question in chat that I deferred to you, but I got to go back and look now.
Oh, what does the last part of it say? Is that what they
Leslie,
asked?
thanks for time. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate everybody here. 250 people. Wow. I didn't expect to have
So
this many people here, so I appreciate all of you. I expected
what
like,
did
I don't know, 30, 40 people to come in.
they So what did they just want, like what the bottom part of this says, or what was
I
the
don't know.
is that what you were asking me?
Well, they want to know if there was any more to that, to his post, but I think that was it, right? Thank you for your attention to this
As
matter.
far as Yeah, as far as I know, this is it, unless there's been
That's it.
some follow-up, but I don't have Truth Social, so I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, I don't want to keep posting the Cash App and checks. I feel like that's like begging. But if anybody wants to, it's on the screen at the bottom. The Cash App is RTR1515. Roll Tide Roll. If you know, you know.
Oh, roll,
And
Tide,
like I said,
roll.
anything's appreciated, and you don't have to ever. If you do, I appreciate it. So yeah, so we have 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. Less than.
Say that again.
Yep, less than 48 hours.
Jesus, I wish he would have. I wish he would have put this out a few days ago. For Christ's sakes, like over the weekend.
No, he waits till, I mean, listen, all these people like to wait till the last minute, you know. Trust me when
I'm
I
way
tell you,
behind
there's
on 1.5. No, I'm talking
everything
shit.
this man does, there's a reason he does it when he does it. I'm telling you, remember when me and you were talking a
You like
couple
that
days ago,
twist?
and I said, bro, he's got something up his sleeve with Pam
Mm.
Bondi. And then he called her out on live TV. So, I mean, he's always got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, and just to chat. I'm trying to scroll through it all to look at everybody's comments, but it's like I said, I can only see 4 at a time. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. But if you, like I said, if you have like something you want me to read out or something, just let me know. If you do send me a Cash App, and then I can scroll back and find what you want me to say, or just let me know what you want me to say. It's very hard on a phone. Like I can see 2.5 comments at a time as I scroll. It stinks. So I'm trying to go back a little bit.
Yeah,
Belinda,
next time you go live, you need to go live from your tablet so you can at
well, bro,
least
you called me,
have your
right?
chat open.
You called me and you were like, I can't go live again. So I was like, all right, well, I'll try to figure it out. So
I
this
was
is
like,
like
there's
spare of
no
the
way I'm
moment, dude.
doing 3 days in a row.
Yeah, this is like spare of the moment. Hey,
Yeah,
Justice.
you got me.
Thanks for
You got
coming
me
by.
maybe at 2 more minutes. Anyway, I have no problem sharing my screen.
Thanks, Miss Girl.
You know,
What'd you say? I got you 2 more minutes.
yeah, you got me for a few more minutes, and then maybe somebody else, maybe Twiz is going to click the link. Someone else is going to come up and have a little chit chat with you about what Agent Orange may be doing here.
Where you going?
I got shit to do, homie, man.
Hey, listen, man. Don't come at me.
I got to go cook dinner and, you know, do other things. I don't know, just other things that aren't this.
Me too, but you've been live.
I know. Love you to death. It's just that time of the day. It's like 4 in the
And,
afternoon. I got a couple things to do. You know what I mean? Then I got to start dinner.
oh, Meg, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, Meg.
Oh, Meg P. Meg P is the best, isn't she?
Meg P.
Oh, it's someone in the chat is saying that you can connect your
She
YouTube
said
from your phone.
she.
Hey,
she thank you, Meg. So her message was for Willie for Timu.
the Timu, bro. I was
Oh
telling
my
you, you could
god.
be doing Timu hauls or Timu reviews. You would have tens of thousands of subscribers and watchers. I'm telling you. So someone in the
Yeah,
chat
but
though says that they say that you can connect your YouTube from your phone to the
thank you,
TV
Meg.
and read the comments on the TV.
Say
Are
that
you
again.
listening to me? You weren't
Yeah, well,
listening. Fucking
I heard what
really,
you said. You
bro.
said the comments on the TV, but I didn't hear the last part.
They said you can connect your YouTube from your phone to the
Hmm.
TV so that you can read the comments on the TV instead of trying to see it on your phone.
Yeah, but I think it has to be a certain television, right?
I have no idea, honey. I just
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that you have to listen.
Well, you know me. I'm tech. Well, you know me. I'm technology challenged, so I try to learn from
I
all
know.
y'all.
I know. I'm not
Well, I mean,
exactly sure how you connect it to the TV.
thank you, man. Well, if you drop down, at least hopefully you can stay in chat and chill.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I just got to be doing other shit. That's all. I mean, as long as you
I
know,
feel that.
I'll stay on with you. My headphones are totally wireless and shit that I have
Hey,
on right
Summer.
now. As long as you can hear me okay. I'll
Yeah, no,
chill with
I
you
can.
while I'm doing my shit.
No, we can. I can hear you fine. And like I said, you don't have to. I just went to read the post, but I figured that by now everybody has seen it.
I
So
mean, I
you could
did
take that down
share
if you
it.
want.
If you want to share it on your community tab, I shared it on mine.
Hmm.
I'm sure other people have already shared it by now. It's going to spread like wildfire, especially if the news is talking about it and stuff.
Oh my God! I hope that'd be great, huh?
Per Newsweek, this high profile attempt at, go back to that comment,
Did
at
you, Janet? No, you
intervention.
didn't. Hold on.
This, this high profile attempt at intervention by a president has intensified the spotlight on both the
Wow,
legal
Janet.
process and the broader debate over the case.
Wow. Thank you so
Interesting.
much, Janet. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Janet said, "Roll Tide, roll."
Roll Tide, roll.
Wow. I appreciate that,
Thanks,
Janet. Thank you
Janet.
so much. Thank you. So yeah, what does happen now? So so 48 hours. Um, can he ask for the sentencing to be pushed back, for the sentencing hearing to be pushed back, or is that not a possibility?
I mean, I don't think he's going to do that, but
I just don't know. I just don't know if that's. Hey, listen, if the president was talking about my case and he wasn't, copacetic with what was going on, shit, Brian better be in there making a plan. That's what I'd be doing. Thank you, Janet. That was really nice of you. So I'm not good at
I mean, I'm not sure if there's a plan. I just know that if he's saying something about it, it's because there's someone who's been chirping in his ear about it and he knows he's about to be sentenced. And it
Mhm.
sounds to me like he's calling out Hippler, like, hey, make sure you do the right thing here, Judge.
Yeah. Hey,
Because he's
Cold.
got a problem with the FBI and he's got a problem with judges who he thinks might be on the crooked side. I'm not saying Hippler's a crooked judge. I'm just saying, usually, if he's
Mhm.
calling out a sitting judge, there's a reason.
Yeah. And I think, like I said, I think, I mean, maybe Steve is, a part of this. He probably, but he's probably, if you really listen to it, like Steve has all the same questions we have, right? Like he wants to know what happened to his daughter,
Mm,
and they're not telling him.
mhm.
And like, in my opinion, that's how you create a monster.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I felt bad for him. I mean, I just couldn't imagine being a father and not knowing how my daughter passed away. It's like, what do you have to hide? It's like we got the guy locked up. He took a plea. Why can't you tell me how my daughter passed away? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But this is great. We just all need to keep
Well,
driving that nail in.
I did see too, someone in chat said that like Hitler has already stated he's not going to be influenced, right? But he's not interested in hearing from people and he's not going to allow anyone to influence decisions. I mean, he was
Mhm.
speaking to the people who were blowing up the court because, the Gonsalves family said start calling the courthouse and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between just the family members of the victims and then the sitting president of the United States calling you out. It's two very different things.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm
He
just, oh
didn't
my
just
God.
all of a
I'm so
sudden
happy.
decide to pick on Hitler, is the point I'm getting at. He didn't just all of a sudden decide to say something to Hitler. Like, stop. You know what I mean? This is calculated. This is calculated.
This is, oh man, I'm so ecstatic. Like, I did not expect this. This was the last thing cause like, it was a dream. It was something that I did. That's why I talked about it a few times, but I was like, I don't think it's ever going to get to that stage just because I thought that, the government had so much going on, but boy, am I happy. This
Mm,
changes everything.
mm. Well, too, I think a lot of what it is people would automatically think like, oh, if Trump's saying about something about it, right, it must be because there's corruption. And yes, there probably is corruption, but that also doesn't make him less guilty either, even if there is corruption, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it right now in two ways. He has pled guilty, and until he withdraws that plea,
Hmm.
there can still be like two things that are true at the same time. He's pled guilty, but the corruption is blatant, and the whole world is watching it happen, including the president.
Yeah. Oh boy. But do you think at this point Cash is aware?
I mean, they've been aware, I'm sure, for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I figured he'd be going through all that with the that's why like I just thought this whole Epstein thing was kind of gonna put this in, like that's why I thought this would never get anywhere. What are you talking about, Dinky? Don't say that, bro. How you gonna say? How you gonna say this means, dude? Trump's talking about. I mean, I haven't seen him talking about any other cases on his True Social, really, and he's all
Mm,
about pardoning people. He just pardoned. I mean, I don't think they should have been pardoned, but he just pardoned that family that like has that cringe TV show, and they like embezzled, I don't know, like $30 million or something, or did something, and they got pardoned. You know?
Well, do you remember a couple days ago, me and you were just having a chit chat in the morning, and I told you that all this
Mhm.
research that I've been doing and docs and everything for Epstein and Ghislaine,
Yeah,
and I was telling you, like, I'm finding a lot of very interesting
yeah.
parallels on
Mhm.
it, and it is
And
what
you
it
drove to
is.
her like hideout in New Hampshire. And
Yep,
how far is that hideout from you?
like 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
I never
Hmm.
ever knew that like she was out in New Hampshire. I didn't even know like people actually like chose to move out there. It's wild. I
Well, I
figure
just
people
noticed
are
it's
born
really
there.
interesting. There seems to be a theme across the board, like whether it's Epstein, Ghislaine, Diddy,
Big deal.
Koberger. It's weird, like the weird parallels
Mhm.
with the secrecy and it's just strange the more that I find out, like I haven't been able to fully verify it yet, but it's been said that Diddy flew into Coeur d'Alene prior to him being arrested. He was in Coeur d'Alene like for the night or whatever, and which is strange. Like, I don't know why he'd be flying into Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, but, you know, basically doing the same thing that Ghislaine was doing here in New Hampshire, like hiding out in the woods until, you know, it was time to go with the feds and the spooks come pick you up and whatever. But it's just really interesting. It's just very, very interesting. It
is, and I love it.
Yeah.
I just love that. Oh man, just when you called me, like I said, when you called me, I was like, you could have said anything else, and I would have been like, eh, but not this. In my opinion, this is big.
Yeah, because people have been trying to get him to comment on it for a long time, and Candace Owens, you know, they blew her up until she finally commented on it.
I think the governor is a Republican, right? So, there.
I don't even know.
I thought we had spoke about that because I thought he was like a Republican guy. So in that case, you know, Trump can.
All I know is that Hurwitz was originally a Biden appointee, and then Trump basically told all Biden appointees that you can either be fired or resign. And Hurwitz resigned and was immediately placed on the prosecution team in the Koberger case. So it wasn't, well, I don't want to say immediately. We'll say soon after Hurwitz put in his resignation with the U.S. Attorney's Office. It wasn't long after that he joined Bill and them on the prosecution team. So it's really interesting when you think about it. And if Diddy did fly into Coeur d'Alene, and that's true, I'm under the impression back then, that's when Hurwitz still would have been like the lead guy at the U.S. Attorney's Office. So like, what, did Diddy fly into Coeur d'Alene to go drop some deets to Hurwitz? You know, like spook shit. It's doing fucking spook shit that they always do. It's just wild to me when you look at the parallels. Like, what would Diddy be doing in Coeur d'Alene, bro?
I don't know. That's not what's it called? That's not didn't happen by mistake though. So Mark says this was a cartel hit. Idaho University earlier covering up as the patsy, everyone knows. Now, I can get on board with the cartel, but the problem is, Mark, is the cartel usually takes out everybody.
Cartel would have killed the dog.
The dog, especially Dylan, especially if Dylan's saying that she made eye contact with this person. You know, they don't, you know, they usually have no remorse, the cartel, right? So, like, that's just one theory I can't get on board with is the cartel. Just because I've seen stories and.
What do we know, right? What do I know? None of us really know. Everybody has their own, you know, theory about what happened. To me, it's like, doesn't even matter what we think actually happened. What matters is the case that the state tried to present, what they're still trying to present, and that we know it can't be true based on the record that we already have in the court docs. There's a lot of inconsistencies here. So.
Absolutely. So Nikki says, Brian agreed to commit the crime in the manner and time frame and state laid out. That's all the answers anyone's ever going to get. You think so, brother? I mean, yeah. I mean, if all we get is this, you know, post and, you know, nobody doesn't do anything, then obviously. But I think that this might wake up a few people to realize that, hey, maybe the bigger fish are watching us and we should get our shit together. But it's just me. I have some kind of hope, but I get you, brother. I know where you're coming from. So yeah. So do you think? So somebody said that there's like a huge fight on X or whatever now about this. So there must be clashing.
Oh, people are going to be like, look, he's trying to interfere with the. I mean, it is what it is. How else are you supposed to stop the corruption other than calling it the fuck out when you see it? Just like this Chanawa guy, the video I showed last night in my live. this Tanner Downing fella and Jessica Saxton. That's what these people are doing. They're calling out the corrupt officials to their faces and putting them on fucking notice. Isn't this what we all want in our government? We don't want a corrupt government, corrupt judges, corrupt lawyers, corrupt prosecutors, right? We want our president to call that shit out, last I checked. Or as we only want our president to call it out if he isn't fucking orange. Know what I mean? If it was anybody else, saying what he says, they would love him. Okay, they would love him if it was anybody else, but because he's orange, he's not allowed to be that way.
Because he's orange.
Yeah, they're racist because he's orange.
That's racist. He's spray tan. Leave him alone. Somebody said Brian Patsy Burger. That's funny.
That's why I call him Agent Orange,
Yeah, well, I figured.
It's not a disrespectful thing. I say it because back in the day when he first ran, like if you even mentioned his name on social media, they would come for you. So I started, like, I gave him his own, like, I wanted to call him something, nobody would really know who I was talking about. So I just called him Agent Orange for the longest time. It's my favorite nickname.
Yeah. I don't know who's in the back chat. Darling Nick.
Darling Nikki.
Yeah, I can only see part of the name, so I gotta figure out who that is. I just don't want to have somebody come up and do something.
As long as they aren't showing their tatas or anything, I think we're good.
But I mean, I can't do what everybody else.
I think there's a way that you can, before you add her, make her turn on her camera before you add her to the stage.
Can I?
Think so.
It's Darling Nikki. It's a girl. I trust her. Let me see here. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, but I think you're on a little bit of a delay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see here.
I think it's coming through her car. But I'm curious on her opinion on this. So let's see. Is that Mittens? Yeah, that's what I thought he was focusing on, was the Commanders changing their name back to like the Redskins, and then you call me and you're like, "Yo, Trump just talked about Brian." I'm like, "What?" It's crazy.
Well, Lana's the one who sent me the post, and I was like, "Oh shit."
All right, I think her shit might be messed up.
It looked like she was driving, and I'm wondering if her connection is going in and out while she's driving. Might be better to just like park in one spot for a few or something.
For real, and that's why I never approve of people. I never approve of people going live, like, or anything when they're driving, because like that's the last thing I need is like somebody up here, right, and then they get in a car accident. You know. Hope Trump heard about. Barbara says, "Hope Trump heard about IDG shenanigans." Sorry, guys, I'm trying to scroll back up to see what I missed here. So, what are you doing, homie? Can you hear me?
Nothing. Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I have to mute for 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Talking to my daughter. Hang on.
That's all good. Steve G would be at the White House next week. Is that true? Like, I wonder if Steve's definitely gonna have a comment about this.
I
He's gonna
don't.
be like, look,
I think the person is saying that maybe just suggesting it. I don't think they're saying it as a fact.
mhm,
Yeah, that he'll be at the White House. I think they're just kind of being like serious but snarky, right? I could be
yeah.
taking that wrong, but
Let's see. Beach Babe, what's going on? Nice to see you. Who else is here? There's a lot of people here. I can't. There's too many to go through. Kalika Pasaputa. Trump, wow, a crook, and George Danger and his rat lines exposure of Epstein. Okay. Yeah, I think when I go live again, I'm gonna need some mods, Annie.
yeah,
Like
probably.
I said, I expected 40 people, not 450.
Well, I expected a lot of people would gonna really that's gonna be a lot of division on this because it's Agent Orange speaking. If it was
True.
anybody else, it would be fine, but because it's him,
That's true.
everybody's gonna have, because fuck him, because he's orange, because he's this, he's that, fuck him, he can't say nothing, even though he's the goddamn president. If it was anybody else, they'd love it. They'd be licking his fucking boots.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine if Biden did this? They'd all be But yeah, because it's Trump. By the way, if you say something and I don't say something right away, it's only because like I have to when I go to a different tab or something like that, it mutes me for like a couple seconds.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I'm listening to what you're saying. It's just I can't respond until fucking phone, man. I can't wait till I can get some kind of little setup, something. I mean, just somewhere I can just continuously talk and like change a page without it destroying everything. It's like, oh, you want to go over here? Well, you can't. You can't talk over here anymore. What the?
I am Julie wants to know, why is Agent Orange involved now? I mean, my guess is because there's something incredibly wrong for
Mm-hmm.
him to be calling out the judge specifically to do the right thing. My guess is maybe he has an opinion that the judge is maybe not doing the right thing
That's
by the
right, Tracy.
families here,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
I feel that the families deserve answers. The families deserve an
yeah.
explanation. Regardless of
Exactly. Fuck us.
us.
You know. Yeah. Fuck
Right.
us for a second. The families. Steve. We heard it. Steve doesn't know how his daughter passed away. All he
Mhm.
basically heard was, little tidbits from Mabbit would call him or a cop would call him here and there. But as far as like the actual truth down to the nail, he doesn't know his kid died. So
Mhm.
I don't know how everybody else would act, but I'd go nuts.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't like
Yeah.
Steve, which I understand. He has said a lot of crazy stuff, but like I'll say it again. There's no handbook on what to do when you lose a child. Like I would go nuts, nuts. I'd have nothing to lose, and I'd be a walking force of like, oh, oh, I couldn't even imagine. Like it just, you know what I mean? But in my
But
opinion,
Janet,
he's
I,
keeping it
I don't
together at
know.
some a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Janet's saying it's not Trump's how he talks or whatever. Listen, I don't know if someone typed this up for him or whatever. What I do know is that he
Exactly, Tina.
posted it and people have been sharing it like fucking crazy since he posted it a couple hours ago. So, I mean, it
That's what I
is what
mean.
it is. To me, this
Yeah,
isn't even like it's not about whether or not you hate Orange Man or like Orange Man or whatever. Like, it's literally not the point. The point is that the president of the United States is calling out a sitting judge saying you need to do the right thing here because what's happening isn't fucking right. And he is correct.
I take out everybody, meaning. Yeah, yeah, and
He
somebody
is
said,
correct.
yeah, and somebody said that this is about like closure for the families, maybe not about him necessarily thinking Brian did it, but I like when he says there are no explanations. There is know nothing. So he's aware. Then that means he should be aware that there's no evidence. That there's nothing.
It doesn't matter what he does.
Right?
The people who don't like him are always going to say, no, it's just, he's just doing it because of this, this, or this. It's never, so it doesn't matter. The people who don't like him are never going to like him. And I literally just don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter to me what, he's either doing the right thing or he's doing the wrong thing. Right. And for the people who don't like him, everything he does is the wrong thing.
Tina.
So.
Yeah, well, yeah, Trump can't do anything right, which I get. That's fine. But, like, I don't give a fuck who the president is. Just the fact that this has gotten their attention, that's all I ever wanted. I wanted us to be able to make enough noise with our lives, with our comments, with whatever the hell it took for just this. Just the fact that he's aware of it, and there's some kind of possibility now where, you know, he's not going to let this shit slide.
Files. That's what someone said in the comments. Trump is in the Epstein files. They're all in the Epstein files, darling. Are you not paying attention?
But the whole problem I have with people saying like Trump's in the Epstein files. Then why did the Democrats let him be president for 2 terms? Why didn't they release that information and nobody would have voted for him? Ask yourself that.
Not even that. A, they're all in the fucking files. And B, context is key. In what way are they in the files?
Maybe they won't put it out. Maybe they didn't put it out because Bill Clinton's in a dress. You know?
Laughing about a pedo president. I mean, Biden was a fucking pedo, bro. Fact, he raped his granddaughter and she talked about it in her diary. So I don't know what else to say to you.
I put him in timeout. Bye, buddy.
I mean, I just feel bad for these people. It's like, bro, you do realize that Biden's granddaughter literally talks about him coming into the shower with her and shit when she was a teenager, right? It's like in her diary. So let's just, you know. This isn't about, you know, Trump. This is about a sitting president bringing attention to the fact that there's something very wrong in a specific case in this country that's been getting a lot of high profile attention. Exactly,
Twiz. You know, unless there's like, you know, evidence on him, then okay. But, you know, not every I Jeffrey Epstein associated with is a pedophile. I
promise you, if this was Barack Hussein Obama who posted this, people would be licking his taint and calling him a fucking hero for preserving our rights and speaking out on behalf of our rights. That's all we'd hear. So I'm sick of these fucking hypocrites, if you want my honest opinion. I don't like hypocritical assholes.
Yeah, me neither. But like you said, if this was Biden, if this was Barack, they'd be like, but because it's Trump, we're going to have to fight now that this is a distraction or yada, yada, yada. Listen, I don't give a fuck. He mentioned it, and that's all I wanted. So if it's a distraction or not, you know, the Epstein files aren't going anywhere. We got 48 hours before, you know, Brian accepts his plea that he knows him damn well himself. He didn't do the way they told him. So somebody better tell him that the president is on notice. Because if not, then that's a big mistake.
That's what I mean. To me, it doesn't matter who the president is. I don't care. I don't care if it's pantsuit fucking Hillary. I don't care if it's Barack Hussein Obama. I don't care if it's Bill Clinton. If you have a sitting president speaking out, saying something is wrong here and bringing attention to something that is wrong, everybody should be like, well, thank you, sir or ma'am. Like, thank you for bringing it. Like, what the fuck? The fact of the matter is he's right. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. He's correct.
No, you're exactly right. And if all he wants is the truth and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't think Brian's innocent, you know, that's fine, because the actual truth will show that there's no way in hell Brian could have done it. So what's the difference? If the truth comes out.
I have no idea. I don't know if Brian could have done it. This is not even about fucking whether or not Brian did it, right? When you think about it, what this really is about is whether or not he did it. Even if he did.
Hold on.
all of
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
steps that you
wait.
took.
Hold on. Theo died from drowning. Theo who?
I don't know who that is.
Don't fuck with me here and tell me that. I hope this is she's messing around.
Who's Theo?
Well, there's only one Theo Cosby. Oh, okay. From the Cosby Show. Jesus Christ, you guys scared the shit out of me. I don't know who that is. I thought you guys meant Theo Vaughn. I almost cried. I was about to break down and cry.
Theo.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that was scary. I thought Theo Vaughn died. He's a comedian. Such a good heart. But I don't really know Theo from I didn't watch too much of the Cosby Show. Thank God. There is no hard evidence. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If Brian knows there's no hard evidence, right, and it's all circumstantial, then why did he plead? So he pled for a reason, which I still don't understand. But I guess him doing that has led to this. But there's no way that could be like in your deck of cards as part of your plan. This is just divine intervention, right?
I mean,
you're not gonna take a shot at the president fucking caring about this. And that's
something tells me it's just my opinion, but he's probably been paying attention to this for quite a while, and is just now finally speaking out about it. I mean, that's. But
who's he scared of, lady? Who's he scared of? I mean, I'm going to say it again. Karen Reed is she's a woman, right? And she's a very small, and she has a lot of conditions and stuff. And she fought a whole community of cops that were intimidating her. So, I'm sure she was scared too. I'm sure she was getting threats too. I'm sure cops are driving by her house every night intimidating her. But she stood up for herself because she was innocent. You know what I mean? So, and I hope, like I said, I hope this gets back to Brian that like Trump has mentioned you and he's not, okay with you going down like this. So I hope he reconsiders what he did. Now that, because if he was scared, dude, if I'm scared, right, and then you tell me like, Trump's on your side, I'll do a complete 180 in a blink of an eye. I'd hop right up, be like, all right, let's go. It's game time.
I guess the way I look at it is he could absolutely be guilty, but they also violated his fucking rights. And if you need to violate the rights of the citizenry to do your job to catch a criminal, even with all of the tools and the extra things that you have at your disposal. Okay. I'm sorry, but if you're the FBI and you have this $1 million vehicle that you're used to track this guy across the country, you're spending tens of thousands of dollars on whatever this super secret IGG bullshit is that you're doing. And you just all of a sudden, as the feds don't want your attaboys for the work that you did in this case, and you want it all hidden, and you don't want the public to know anything about what you did. Fuck you. That's how I feel about that.
Darling Nikki, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. What's your take on all this?
Well, I want to give you a refresher. I called on the show about 1.5 years ago. My brother was falsely accused, and I spent $30,000 on his case, and I helped him. Yes, and so the prosecutor dropped all 15 felonies. By the way, it was more charges than what Diddy received.
Congratulations, that is amazing.
Oh, she fought like hell. You should tell your story real quick.
Well,
I do remember, and that's amazing. I'm going to mute, but I just wanted to say hello, and that's amazing, and you fucking rock. amazing work.
Why, thank you. Thank you so much.
But real quick, be
But
careful when you're driving, please, because the last thing I need on my conscience is like I had somebody up on
no,
panel and they got in the car. So just be careful, okay?
no, I'm almost home. I just left work. And
All
I'm
right, all right.
maybe 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away. So
Okay,
this is my
awesome.
take on the case. This is my take on the case. I think this case is, I don't think this is what we think it is, if that makes any sense. Anytime, how can I say this? Anytime where there's the government involved, and especially in this case where the FBI is written all over it, they tend to lie to the public from the start, if that makes any sense. Everything about it's been really strange, right? Everything from them telling us that
Absolutely.
the victims were stabbed in their sleep, then turn out they wasn't. From them immediately tearing down the house within a few months after the crimes occurred. I don't think everything that they're telling us is not really what it is, if that makes any sense. Because anytime, again, the FBI been involved in something, and anytime the FBI says that a person did the crime, they know
Hmm.
and we know that they did not. If you look at the Kennedy assassination, it
Yeah.
wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. If you look at whether it's Malcolm X's assassination, those two
Hmm.
Muslim guys that they said they killed him, they were released out of prison back in 21, 22. They were awarded $48 million because they did not commit that crime. Same thing with Martin Luther King and his assassination. The King's family believed that the guy that they say who committed the shootings did not do it. You follow what I'm going here? So we all know that Brian Coker didn't do it. At this point, it's all a matter of what was his role, if that makes any
Hmm.
sense. Make sense when I'm going
Well,
here?
that's what I mean.
So with
But
yeah,
my
but
problem
for
is
him to I'm sorry, go ahead.
if he only had a role, right, and he did this for other
Yeah.
people, just me knowing,
Mm,
me knowing what I know of Brian and speaking to Brian's, who are his friends, he's not this hardened criminal who's not going to roll over on whoever he can to, to spare his life. You know what I mean? And that's where I, can't get on board with like he did this alone because there's no way he did this with not a scratch. Remember, he took a photo of
I
himself the next
know.
morning,
That's not a
right?
scratch on his face, his
Nothing.
hands, anytime. And if you watch any crime show, the first
Hmm.
thing they say after a crime occurred, let me see your hands. So there was no scratches, especially
Hmm.
as we know later on how brutal the crimes were. How come we never got access to the 911 calls? Because I believe what we got later was AI. Those were not the actual 911 calls. That's my opinion. Also, how come we didn't see any photos from inside of the home of the night and day in question? What happened to that? Why was the state of Idaho, why were they, or the school was so adamant about tearing down the house? It makes no sense. Everything about this case makes no sense. So again, it goes back, what was his role? Is he an informant? Because early on, everybody kept saying, he's fed. He's fed. At the last hearing, and this is just my observation. No one doesn't have to agree with me. It's my observations. He looked fairly healthy and a little bit tan. If you go back and watch it. Now, even in the Diddy case, everybody said how worried he looked. And mind you, BK's been in prison a lot longer. They said Diddy has turned gray. Like his hair is white. His beard is white. He lost an immense
Really? Can
amount of
you
weight.
just time out this motherfucker? I mean, if you're going to be in chat, can you at least be kind?
Yeah,
Nobody,
bro.
you don't have to be here, asshole.
Jesus Christ.
Nobody's
Oh,
forcing you to be here.
oh my goodness. Yeah. Go ahead. You tell him,
Fucking
Miss Potts.
asshole.
Go
See,
ahead.
bud.
You tell him, Miss Potts. But again, so
I need
even
to.
with
I
this,
need to get some mods. That's what I got to do.
Yeah, even with the Richard Allen case, you saw how bad he looked by the time he went to trial. You're gonna tell me that this boy up here, he's what, a month or two away from trial, and he looks healthy and a bit tan with a military haircut? Come on now.
He did look pretty
Does
good,
he
right?
yeah, did he look worried to you that somebody was facing the rest of his life in prison? I didn't think so. He didn't look
Well, that's
worried
what
at
I've been
all.
saying.
And then
That's what I've been saying. Is he
and
like
then go
content
back.
with like
Right.
prison?
And you
Like I
remember,
wouldn't be.
right. Because you remember, I told you on your show, what, about a year and a half ago, I'm like, this is not going to
Mhm.
trial. I said
Yeah,
it then.
but
I
I
said,
didn't
it's
think
not
he
going
would
to go on
plea.
trial.
Yeah, but I didn't think he would plea.
Well, I think there's something else behind it. Who just, but I don't want to really put what I say out there because it's going to sound a little cray. But then
Hey,
again,
listen,
if
I don't
if
discriminate on
you
opinions.
I mean, but if you look back at everything we've been told to by the government has been a lie. Everything that we told to, and it doesn't matter
Okay,
what
Mike.
case it was, whether it was the Roe versus Wade, the young lady who said that she had an abortion, never had an abortion. Everything we've been told to has been a lie. This whole case has been a lie since day one. And I'm starting to believe that BK
Excellent.
perhaps was an informant because people were
Mm-hmm.
saying early on he was an informant, and I was like, you know what? He probably will make a perfect informant. He's from out of
Successful.
state.
Mm-hmm.
He's been and look at the classes he took in school. Mind you, I work for the military. Okay, I work for the armed forces. The 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 people that works for the military, security, they all go to school for the same thing, and those were the same classes and degrees that Kohlberger was going to school for. If that makes
Mm-hmm.
any sense. Usually, if an innocent person that says that they did not commit this crime, he would have said it the same way that Karen Reed said it, the way
Yeah.
how everybody, and the only reason why BK is not going to get that support because he's a man.
Yeah.
And men in this country do not get the support the same as women. And it's what it is. Women can't say, like, I had a coworker who said, because I did not vote for Kamala. And for one, she's not black. And I wish people would
Hey,
stop saying that.
remember, guys,
She's an
I'm saying
Indian.
he's saying this, not
That
me. I want
lit-
everybody to.
I'm saying
I'm
it.
just saying.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, but at the same time, it's not a lie. It is. It is the truth. You
Listen,
can
I'm not
go
saying you're lying. I'm just saying
Google it.
I'm not saying
I
this.
right. I wish people, and for her, because basically she wasn't pandering to the white community. She was pandering to the black community because all she had to say, well, my father's Jamaican, so people assume because she said Jamaican that her father was black. No, he was half white and half Irish, who happened to be born in Jamaica. That was his nationality, not his race.
Mm,
So people need to make the distinction. But with that being said, I felt like Colbert was a perfect candidate to be, if not an informant, but someone who works in law enforcement. I mean, you look at him, I'm like, that dude looked like he's fed, even in court.
he
He
ain't a
don't look
fed.
like a criminal, but well, he's something. But
He ain't
again,
a-
okay, but
I
for
mean,
him to be behind
he might.
bars,
I
but for
mean,
him to be
he might have
behind
helped him
bars,
out with.
Willie,
Uh-huh.
yes, but for him to be behind bars, whether he's an informant or fed, he has a role because he's not behind bars for no reason. Now, perhaps, because there may be a connection between him and what's the other guy that was shot and killed by the Moscow police department? Um, Brian Kopacker, who said that
Right.
that now there is connection because they both from Pennsylvania. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
it's too many dots. That's like it's almost like a 6 degrees of separation. Everybody know everybody. Okay, let's go to the DoorDash strike, right? The one at the last minute that said that she saw Brian Kohlberg. And in one video on the body cam, she says that she knows Bill Thompson. But my thing was, wasn't it Payne who wrote her that ticket? Right? Wasn't that video caught on his body cam, correct?
Who?
Detective Payne.
Payne. Yeah, he gave who a
Right?
ticket? Sorry, what'd you say?
Right. The DoorDash driver who
Oh
says
yeah,
that she
Molly. Yeah.
saw. So, but that ticket was
Bye,
given in
Tina.
20.
Thanks for stopping
Right, but
by.
yeah, but
Sorry, I
when
said that to you.
so but that was caught in 22, right? Like a few months before the crimes,
I think it was
correct?
like June or July, if I remember
So
correctly. Don't quote me,
right.
but I think it was summer.
Sorry, Andrea. There's
So
a lot
when
of chats. It's hard for me to see every single one. So I apologize.
so if he was a B cop giving out traffic tickets in June of 22, so when was Payne promoted to detective on one of the biggest cases in the country?
Well, from what I
Uh-huh.
understand, Tyson Barrett
Mhm.
was the initial lead investigator,
Right.
Shut
and
the
then
fuck
he
up,
was
please.
conflicted out. And then by the time they did their first press conference, if I remember correctly, I want to say it's like between like November 15th and like end of, beginning of December. At some point in there is when he is added on. Him and Blaker are assigned. We never
But
got an exact
again,
date, but
right. But again, on one of so they couldn't find a more experienced detective.
I mean,
I'm seriously.
I
So
agree
in
with you
June
on
of
that.
22, this man was he was writing out tickets and knocking on people's doors, and all of a sudden he's a lead detective on one of the biggest cases in the state, if not the country. And
I do agree with you on
n-
that.
no one didn't blink twice about that. It's the little things, and this is the point that I'm trying to make. A lot of the stuff that is happening in plain sight in front of our eyes. But it's up to you whether or not if you want to see what's actually going on. Just like that case in Payne. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought he said that I assume as a lead detective on the biggest case that they would got somebody who's a little bit more experienced. That's just me.
Well,
But mind you, on the stand, he just said, I wrote that PCA because that's what I was told to put in that PCA.
mm,
So, with that being said, so was there an investigation or did somebody up top told them what to do? And if that's the case, then there wasn't really an investigation, right? Just like how we was told as the American people, for years we heard about this list of Epstein. And all of a sudden they said it's a hoax and we shouldn't be paying
Yes.
attention to this list. So
Mhm.
basically, so again, all this stuff is happening in plain sight. So people with
Amen.
power is basically telling the regular American people, just ignore what you see. Pretend that
Mhm.
you don't see this evidence in front of you. And just let us tell you what to believe.
Yeah.
yeah, I've said that before. They're like, don't trust your lying eyes.
Don't trust your lying eyes. And the FBI is really good of because I actually send an email, but I guess nobody read it to Dinky at one point in time because he is in another country.
But
I
thanks, sir.
used to, yes, I used to watch his show, but I
Used
have to
to.
stop. Yeah, I
Why?
used to. Because he sounds like he's sitting around scratching his balls while he's smoking a
Hey,
J.
hey,
One.
hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey, hey.
I know that's your word, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But
Don't
two,
bend my thinking.
Well,
as a
okay. Can I ask you a question though, Nikki? Let me ask you this.
mhm,
Don't you think
yeah.
that it makes a little bit more sense that the reason that it would appear they didn't do a real investigation, meaning like Moscow and,
Mhm,
Idaho State Police. Um,
mhm,
so when you have like Brett Payne, Detective Mallory, They can't
Thanks,
answer
sister.
basic questions about their own warrants and things like that. Doesn't it make more
Mhm.
sense that that's happening? Because in fact, it's
100%.
likely the feds who solved the case, and the feds are the
Mhm.
ones telling them, you have to make it look like you did the work. We backdoored it all for you, but you can't say that.
Or yeah, or there's something else that's been going on behind the scenes. Because mind you, Ann Taylor alluded to that several times. He was like, "Hey, look, there's something else going on here." But who to say? That's for me. There's always more than one answer or one motive.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, I I've never really been a fan of Steve G because I thought that a lot of the false information that was given out came from him.
What's wrong, Heather?
If that makes any sense. But I almost felt like it, but I always said I felt like he was paid to say these things. This I'm like, where is he getting this information? He's not getting from a private investigator. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, look, because from my brother's case,
Well, he
we
came out and
actually,
talked where he got it.
huh?
I said he came out and said where he was getting it,
Yeah,
and it
but
wasn't.
who does?
It
I mean,
wasn't coming from. It wasn't coming from the horse's mouth. So a lot of what he
yeah,
said was false.
exactly everything. But by time it came out, and then it's in the and when it hits
Yo,
the
war damn
airwaves.
eagle, what's going on?
Yeah,
Uh huh.
but by time it hits the airwaves, because I felt that he was the perfect puppet, if you will, to give out the misinformation because his daughter was a victim.
Mm-hmm.
So of course everybody believed him, even though that the information was wrong. But my thing is this: if Brian Kohlberger really committed this crime, where's the weapon? Where's the
Well,
motive?
that's
How
well,
how
that's the whole
come
thing
we
about
to
that
this
whole
day
allocution is he should have to he should especially if they were
give
having
us
a hunt for the
answers?
murder weapon.
Right.
Go ahead.
Where's the motive weapon? When was the first time he saw these victims? Supposedly, allegedly, you know?
Well,
But
according to the
I was
prosecution, he never met him.
he never met him. Not only did he
So
say it in a hearing, but it was also in writing, because it was in writing that said the 12 times that they said in the PCA that he was stalking the victims were not true. It's in writing as well.
I
But
agree,
my
Helen.
thing is this, but my things, and I talk about it because I come from the hood, okay? I was born and raised with it was poor, it was black. I came from the hood. I'm just an exception to the rule, if that makes any sense. But with that being said, I was like, look, from where I'm from, the most of the people I like, as long as you mind your business, you stay out of trouble, you're not in the streets, nothing's gonna happen. But most of the times, the people that end up dead or shot and killed or whenever is one, it was mostly domestic violence, or it was street, it was rug dealers off and off other rug dealers.
Hmm.
Make sense? Those kids were involved in something nefarious, but of course they're not going to say that on the news. They're not going to say that the house that they were living in was a trap house.
Of course not.
you know of course. And check this out. I was thinking, because those two unharmed girls, they weren't survivors. They didn't survive anything. Those two unharmed roommates have a lot of the answers. I always felt that they, especially, what's the other one? Dylan? Mm, How come we don't have recorded video of them being interviewed? Or all parties, whether it was Brian Kohlberger, whether it was Dylan or Bethany. How come those girls were so afraid, if they have to testify, to go back to Idaho? Brian
It's my
Kober is already.
understanding, though, the defense does have all of the interviews, any interviews the police did, the
Mm,
interviews that were conducted with Bethany and Dylan, like by ISP, like Vicky Gooch,
but
and
mind you,
We don't have it, but the defense does.
But mind you, we was told that Dylan's story changed. Because at first we didn't know anything about this mask until the eyebrows until the fourth interview. Now, if you look at Brian in his last hearing, what happened to those eyebrows? It's like it's like he didn't have eyebrows anymore. Like, what happened? They look lightened, as if it's been lightened from being out in the sun too much. Because sometimes when you go out into the sun, the color of your hair goes a little lighter, right? I'm just saying. But
it is summer in Idaho, right?
Yeah, but my thing is this.
He's allowed out 1 hour a day.
That's a lot of sun.
Every day for an hour in the sun, he's probably going to look a little bit tanner.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I tell you what, whatever he's doing, he's looking mighty healthy to me. He don't look like a man who's worried about having his life on the line. But again,
one second, Sharon, I'm sorry, I can only see 2 or 3 comments at a time, guys. So like I love to put everybody's on screen, but like I'm on a phone, so and there's 400 people in here. So if there's something you really like me to say, I have my Cash App and Venmo up on the screen. You can put a super chat in there, and then I'll say who it's from and read what you want to say. But it's really, really hard for me to keep scrolling back up and down and pay attention to what's going on. So sorry to interrupt you.
No, so going back, because I was listening to earlier where y'all was talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, whose father was actually was into some stuff as well. He was, from what I was told, not told, but in different documentaries and whatnot, they were saying that his father was part of like the Israel intel. Just like Epstein, her father was the one that introduced them both. Ghislaine Maxwell's father,
Robert,
who also died of a suspicious death. If you,
he fell off a boat. He went over the side of his boat, his yacht.
Yes, that's named after her, by the way.
Yeah.
She actually, I believe, she went to school with the former Prime Minister of the UK, Boris Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, it was true. She was up in New Hampshire, but she wasn't hiding. There's been photos, like the people been like she's been seen all over New Hampshire. I think the last photo before she went to federal court was, I think she was at a Burger King or something, out there reading a book. But with that being said, now the government is saying, I'm going a little left, but now the government is saying that there's no list. It was all a hoax. Then if there's no list, then why is she in prison?
Exactly. If it's a hoax, then why is she doing 20 years fed time?
Right. And then on top of that, check this out. There was no witnesses during the trial.
Yeah, well, the whole Epstein thing is cooked. Like, they're obviously all protecting, names
there were witnesses. What do you mean there were no witnesses?
Let's try to shift this back to Idaho if we can in a little bit. But yeah, we'll finish up here with the whole Epstein thing. But yeah, the whole Epstein thing is they're all covering it up, both sides. It's not just one side. It's the whole government.
It's that exactly my point. It's almost anything that where the government is involved, whether the CIA, whether the FBI, it doesn't matter.
The question I have about this case is, but the question I have about this case is the judge brought up. Okay, the judge brought up. He said the words minors, right? When he was I forget when he was reading. Yeah, but he said, like, basically kind of insinuating that like minors were involved somehow here. And like that was the first time I ever heard about anything like that. So, we really don't know. Yeah, we really don't know what's really going on behind closed doors, what they're protecting, who they're protecting. And I'm just hoping that if some information got back to the president of the United States of America, who decided to make this post here on the screen, right? Because he
I'm
made it for a
shocked.
reason.
I'm
Right?
shocked. But at the same time, this whole plea and going back to what I was saying about Steve U, like I've never been a fan, but I feel bad for him because as a parent having to bury your child, like last week my nephew, passed. He would have been 35 tomorrow, and this is my sister's only child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I understand the pain of watching someone grieve, just like my father was murdered at the age of 20. I've understand that. You know, I can relate to it in a lot of ways. But what's
Mm-hmm.
hurtful is how the state, the prosecution, Bill Thomas, Scott Green, everybody, the parties, right, how they treated this case and how they treating the American public like we're nimbuses. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like we're completely stupid. The whole point of the Constitution, the whole point of the court is for it to be open and available to the public. Everybody should have a fair trial, regardless of who, what, when, where, regardless of what your status is. Everybody have the right to a free trial. Now, but you're absolutely right. We don't know what's going on behind closed door, but I know for a fact the public, is not being told all of the truth. A lot
No,
of stuff still doesn't make sense.
the immediate families aren't being told the truth, so we're obviously not
Not
being
at
told
all.
shit.
Right. Absolutely.
You know?
This whole case has been a farce and a lie since day one. It almost feel planned in a lot of ways for me. Goes
Well,
almost too
and if you go
orchestrated.
back and listen,
Mm,
Ann did say that Brian was chosen for this a long time, like
mhm.
basically before he went to Idaho. She was insisting, which I always found weird. I never understood
Yeah,
what she
that's
meant by that.
right.
But
That's strange verbiage. But even if you go back and look at the hearing and how she was smiling from ear to ear. And I was like, if that was my client and my
yeah,
client just
that
plead guilty to, taking the lives of 4 young adults, I would not be smiling ear to ear, ma'am. Like the whole
yeah,
body language makes no
well,
sense
Becca
to me.
Barlow. I mean, Becca looked like she saw a ghost. You know what I mean? So it's not like all his attorneys were okay with it. It seemed like, I mean, based on their facial
Mhm.
expressions, which, uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
where'd you go?
knew.
Any still here?
Hmm?
Yeah,
To
I'm
make sure.
here. I'm
All right.
here.
Yeah.
I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So make
but
sure.
yeah, but like I said, I knew because I actually said it on like the first time I was on your show a year and a half ago. I'm like,
Mhm.
this is not. I said it like this is not going to go to trial. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was going to be like this.
Yeah, I didn't think he was
But
going to
I
plea.
knew, right. But I knew that this wasn't. And I mean, I was just waiting. I'm like, something is going to happen. This is not going to go to trial. It was almost as if it was. For me, it was obvious because one of the main things I knew that they did not want was Bethany and Dylan on the stand. Because if Bethany Dylan gets on the stand, that
Yeah.
would have been it. That would have been it. But if you look at the documentaries that's been out, whether it was at Netflix, whether it was Amazon, whether
Mhm.
I think James Patterson wrote a book. Nothing between all of these books and documentaries is they don't even align. Everybody has a different detail or a different story. You know, this is like this whole thing makes no sense. But the only thing that I can probably take comfort in that this was a setup from the beginning,
Hey, Moon.
and that whom they say is the perpetrator isn't, and they know he isn't, but
Mhm.
there is a role. He's in it for a reason that we don't know. And like many cases, we won't know till 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Like it always happens that way.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I just hope this, because I don't know. I don't want to wait 10, 20 years to find out. And you know, that when Steve finds out what happened, he's going to come out and talk, which nobody can stop him from talking, right? Which I was thinking the other day, and I was talking to Annie about this. Like, are they maybe holding back, telling him everything that was going on because they know that he's going to come out and talk? You know what I mean? Like, are they keeping stuff from him because they know that he's going to come out and speak to the media,
you mean, are they keeping details away from Steve G because Steve G is going to say something to the media? Oh, absolutely. I agree with that.
Because they know that when they tell him what actually happened to his daughter, it's not going to sit well with him. Like, because what other excuse do they have to not tell him how his daughter died and the details? Like, every parent, if they want to know that, should deserve that at least.
Well, I mean, things did come out and said that she was hurt the most. She was stabbed 58 times.
Yeah, but here's my problem with that, though. But here's my problem with that. If Steve has admitted that all his information came from other people calling him or this, that, and a third, how do we know she was stabbed 58 times?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah. But so, wait a minute, did I see something that now he's saying that she was gagged or something? Is that true? Or did I misread what I was reading?
Who?
That Steve G said that Kaylee was gagged. Did you?
Well, I don't know if he.
Yeah,
I don't know if he meant gagged, because then he put his hand on his mouth and like pushed in, which means like her mouth was covered. I don't know if he meant gag in that nature, but like I don't think he meant like she had a gag around her mouth.
Or what? Wait a minute. So is he trying to say
gagged either? I think he was just meaning like covering her mouth, or like your hand in the mouth but like pressing down or something, an object, or whatever. I think sometimes like he chooses sometimes the things he says, it's he doesn't get him out right, and people take it in like a certain way. I just think that I don't think he meant gagged as in like someone tied, like stuffed something in her mouth. I'm not trying to be graphic, but I don't think that's what he meant.
I mean, but did he meant that her mouth was covered?
I think he was trying to insinuate, the way he implied it was that like someone put their hand almost to be like over her mouth, but ended up being like inside of her mouth instead with their hand and like pressing down. But then, okay, well then that means that person would be having like teeth marks or something on their hand afterwards, even if unless they had on some thick ass gloves or something.
But if that's the case, wouldn't there be some kind of fiber in her mouth? Wouldn't there be some kind of DNA in her mouth as well? Right. But if that's the case, if Kohlberger was the only one, like like y'all saying he is, then where did the other 3 DNAs come from that have not been identified?
Well, I will say that it's pretty interesting when you hear Steve speaking now.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I think it's inadvertent, or maybe it's not. I don't know his motivation, but it's interesting that when he talks now, he's basically like debunking what the state just laid out at the plea hearing. Because the more that you're adding in, like someone was beaten, someone was possibly choked, someone was possibly had a hand stuffed in their mouth, or whatever, like you're adding time to the crime that the state hasn't allocated for. So it's like very contradictory with what the state is saying. So that's just,
I mean, you know what?
Like, it's just weird.
I think that because they took a plea.
Real quick. I just have to say real quick, Gail, thank you so much for the $5 cash app. I really do appreciate it. I gotta find Gail. I just saw it here. 1 second, guys. I gotta say thank you. Damn, did Gail leave? I hope she didn't leave.
Meg, I tried to say hand and maybe I said ham. Did I say ham? She's
No,
like,
no, you said
did I say
hand. I
ham in her mouth?
understood.
Or I did say
No,
hand?
you said hand. No, you said hand. I understood.
Thank you so much, guy. I appreciate it. Go
But please
birds.
don't
So
say hand.
can
Yeah.
I be completely honest with you, Nikki? I love
Yes,
listening to you
ma'am.
and I love it when you come up because it's not often. But I love you and respect you. But I
Why,
have to
thank you.
wholeheartedly disagree with you when you
Okay.
say that you think Brian's a Fed.
Mhm.
No,
I
no,
don't
Which is
think
no. I
fine.
don't.
Brian's a
No, no,
Fed.
no. I'm just like I
No,
don't
no,
think
it's,
he's
it's
like a
trust me.
Fed.
It's completely fine if we all
I don't
disagree.
think I don't think he's a Fed
My
100%
channel is
because
completely different than every other's. You know that.
but I do believe that some people
Thank you,
are
Gail. I appreciate it.
informants. He's something. There's there's he's not behind bars for nothing or something, but at the same time, I don't he has a role. I haven't really figured out what it is yet, but from what I'm seeing, he's something. Whether it's Fred or not, he's
To me,
something.
it looks like it. To me, it looks like the Feds
Informant.
got to Brian Koberger very,
Mhm.
very, very quickly, and the way that they did
Okay.
it are super
Okay.
Mhm.
secret backdoor ways that we're not supposed to know about. And they told the state, "We'll do this for you, but you got to make it look like you did the work because you're
That's
not
right, Black.
using
Okay.
anything we did other than the cash shit." Outside of
So,
that, like the the
but
the
if,
FBI doesn't want the public knowing what they did with his DNA and these databases that they're barred from that they entered. How did you do that? Why are you using our taxpayer dollars to violate our rights to catch criminals? You
so,
understand? Like, how bad are you at your
but my
job?
question to you is this: so, did the Fed solve the case and said that Brian did it or did not do it?
This is like the first time that I've seen in a long time that the feds don't want their attaboys for the work they did do. Usually the
But did
feds
it?
definitely want their pats on the back and they want to come
They
out and talk
do.
about their
They
amazing
do.
collaborative effort with their state and local partners. And none of that occurred here. The feds are like,
But
no,
why? But why? But why?
because what they did violated constitutional rights.
I mean, but wouldn't the documentation say that? I mean, they don't
I
have
mean,
to
they
say
did try to
anything.
argue it, and Hitler shot it down. Hitler shot that shit
You
down and said,
know?
well, even if they did, all they did was violate policy. And,
Right.
you may have a
Right.
civil issue down the road because they violated policy, but oh, well, fuck off. None of your motions are granted.
Mm,
Like they didn't stand a chance. It is what it is.
mm.
That
I
doesn't
mean,
make
for
him,
that to
you understand
happen.
like two things can be true, right? He could still be pleading guilty, but also have had his
Mm,
rights heavily violated from jump.
mhm. But at the same time, I think, uh, uh, I feel that he didn't have a fighting chance in court, regardless. Regardless, he didn't have a let's say he didn't have a role. Let's say that he is a innocent man that's behind bars, which happens a lot. And it happens more than we are willing to admit to. I mean, I said this on Willie's show. I believe that sheaf was planted. That sheaf wasn't like nobody didn't leave that behind. That was a planted evidence because they knew that the evidence was already weak already.
Mhm.
But if Brian's as innocent as he says he is, it would have been nice for him to say that he is from himself. But again, like I said before, nothing in this case makes sense. And it almost heartbreaking to try to make sense of something that doesn't make sense at all. For this whole case to make sense, we have to dismantle everything, scrap everything, and start all over from scratch. And all of that
Mhm.
goes
And they
right
can't.
back, right. And but it goes back to Dylan in Bethany on the night in question, because I believe in James Patterson book, he talks about what everybody did the night before, how they, had the party and da da da. But how come no? Where? What
That's right,
was?
Teresa.
What was BK doing on the night in question before 2 a.m.? So what happened on November 12th or November 11th?
Mm-hmm.
If 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 he did it. And how come how come nobody can tell us the motive? And then I was saying this earlier this year. I said, sounds like they're gonna go back to the stalking, even though they said he didn't stalk them. And then exactly what they did at the plea hearing. They went right back to stalking. And I was like, I can't watch it. I
No,
couldn't even finish watching it.
you're spot on. And then
Couldn't
they
finish
say the
watching.
PCA is bullshit, and then they read the PCA back to him that he pleads to.
You're right. I'm
I mean,
telling
come
you,
on.
this whole case is one
Let's,
big farce, and those kids' lives were taken underneath the noses of law enforcement right
yeah.
there in Moscow. Because how come nobody can explain why there was hundreds of FBI agents or drug task agents in that area on the
Mm-hmm.
night in question? How come that they had all these tools and resources to capture and organization? So don't tell me that they had all these trucks and vans for one person. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not stupid. Stop talking to me like I'm dumb. Okay?
I
But I
think it's
tell you
pretty
what,
obvious too what's happening here.
it's
I think it's
so
pretty
obvious.
obvious what's happening here and why he's
But
taking the plea, because who wins? Who wins? Because it's not the victims, right?
no one
So it's
in
not the
this case,
victims or their families who
no
win right
one
now. The people
won.
who win are the state,
Well, I'll tell
law
you who wins.
No
enforcement,
one
and the
won.
The
FBI, who don't have
university.
to prove their case or show
The
their worth.
university wins. The university wins.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
And all the
Yep.
people
Yep.
that
Yep.
wanted this to go, and all the people that wanted this to go away win. That's who wins.
Yep. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
All
Because
of us lose, right? And I
that's
was talking
true.
to I forget who I was
That's
talking to
true.
yesterday, but I don't want to hear a goddamn word from anybody that we're not owed anything, because at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken, they were asking for our help. Okay. So once you
Yeah.
ask for our help, once you open up that door, I mean, this is just how my mind works. Once you open up the door to ask for my help, right? I take time out of
Mm,
my life that is
the
only a certain
public.
amount of time to help you,
Mm.
right? And then you want to bitch and moan when we ask you, questions about the truth? No. We deserve to know.
But as the public, that is the whole point of the Constitution. This is the whole point of us having our judicial system the way it is. You understand? But the problem that I have is how the people with a badge and a gun with money continue to throw the laws back, and lies and gaslighting back in our faces, and one is to accept the trash. You're giving us
Hmm.
shit and you telling us and you telling us that it's chocolate cake. No, it's shit. And we need to start fighting for it a little bit more. This is why, because just to let you know, I'm back in school. I get my associates in October. And then I graduate from my associates in October, but then I start my bachelor's program October 15th. I'm doing it for information technology.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you. And this stems from my brother's case. And then I'm getting my master's in criminal justice. So I got everything lined up because I am sick and tired of how the justice system is just thrown as trash. And it doesn't matter what case it is. Name a case and it's all lies and trash. Name it. This is why I keep going back to but I think the Richard Allen case was even worse.
Yeah, Richard Allen's, Delphi is bad. Karen Reed case was going to be bad, but thank God she got off.
She got off. Yeah, thank goodness. But but that was such a sad case. But her case is a prime example of how law enforcement can do whatever they fucking want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care. They don't
No,
care.
and
And this is why.
they'll gag a whole case.
Yes.
I mean, we see. I mean, Delphi. In my
Yeah.
opinion, Delphi, the case in Massachusetts, and this case have completely what's the word? They have completely exposed our justice system for what it is. And if people can't see it, then they're fucking blind.
But this is what I've been saying. Like, I'm surprised that that Karen Reed went through what she went through, because she was a white female. I've been seeing cases like this in the.
But you're talking cops. Cops don't discriminate when it comes to them protecting their rights.
True. That's true. But when it comes to people, black and brown people. And especially poor. If you poor, it doesn't matter, because right now it's not a race issue the way that the media are telling us. It's not. It is a class problem. It's a class issue, because if you look at, let's take Luigi for an example. Take Luigi for an example, and he's from out here. Like, he's like 40 minutes from where I live. He comes from money and power and influence. You don't hear half the shit that they talk. You don't hear nothing about him at all. At all.
Well, that case is also messed up.
But that case is messed up as well, because now they saying that they planted evidence. Now they saying it might not have been him.
Well, there's two. Well, listen, I never thought it was him because of one reason.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand shaving hair, but you can't grow hair in 24 hours, right? So when I saw the picture of him with the nice manicured eyebrows at wherever the hell he was, and then they captured this guy that had the fucking unibrow. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like I said, I was born on a Sunday, right? But it was not yesterday. It was not yesterday. Okay,
it wasn't yesterday, right?
When they come out with this bullshit, right? I see it right away for what it is, but the amount of people that get like conned by it is staggering, and it's because of MSM. No, it's because of how it's reported is the problem. It's not reported in a non-biased fashion. It's reported always from a political standpoint or a there always has to be some kind of grab when something is presented today, instead of just presenting what the fuck the facts are.
As a woman, as a black woman, I think a lot of stuff that they put out there is race baiting. Right?
That was funny.
Race baiting. And because there's money in racism. We all know that. There's money to say, hey, there's a race war, when there's literally isn't a race war. But and they gear towards who? I know this man is not being rude to his dog. Okay. I'm so sorry. And also it's geared towards mostly, older women, divorce, women, you know what I mean? Because women can be very emotional, just like they put stuff against black versus white towards the black people, because we as a culture is very emotional. And this is why I stopped watching the news. And this is what I tell people: stop believing everything that you hear and see. Stop believing that they're saying, because like for an example, like I was saying before, I had a coworker of mine who was like, and who's black, by the way, who grew up middle class. His wife works for the 3-letter agency.
Okay.
Gorgeous house. All right. And telling me, yeah, and he's black. Okay. But tell me that, asking me why I wasn't voting for Kamala. And he said, well,
oh shit. Really? He pressed you like that?
He pressed me like that, right? And I was like, dude, I'm from the hood, okay? Like,
I'll be like, who you pressing, homie?
Right, but check this out. What I tell him, because he says, because women don't have any rights. I said, really? We don't?
Oh, damn.
I said, look, get a divorce and you let me know who has the rights. Who has the right? I said, get a divorce and see what happens.
Not us.
I'm still waiting for someone to tell me which right I don't have that a man does. I'm still waiting. I haven't gotten the answer yet, but let's hope maybe somebody in the chat tonight can let us know exactly which rights.
Well, yeah,
Men have that
exactly.
you and I
And I'm a
don't,
perfect.
Nikki.
No, we as Americans have the same rights. Now, are people prejudiced? Absolutely. Can people be racist? Absolutely. Some of the biggest racists I know are not white people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Okay,
an
I had
asshole
to.
still doesn't prevent
There
me
shouldn't
from
even be
doing something
racism,
a man does.
but
Yeah,
in my opinion,
mhm,
racism never. Listen, if you actually look at the color, right, the color scheme of
mhm.
wheat, WHEAT,
It's
right? If you look,
brown. Yes. Hmm.
no, it's all the same color, but it's all
Hmm.
different shades from
Yes.
white as fuck to black
Hmm.
as fuck and everything in
Hmm.
between. So in my opinion,
Hmm.
everybody's just a shade of wheat. And I don't know why it didn't just stop there, right? Because wheat's been around for a
Hmm.
while and then everybody just
Hmm.
moved the fuck on. It's just been this
Hmm.
constant, racism just seems
I
to,
just want
but like you
someone
said,
to tell me what, like I want to know what Willie is allowed to do that I don't have a right to do simply because I'm a
No,
woman. I
well,
just need
yeah.
someone to tell me.
Well, I say this is not a popular opinion. It's going to be a little
other than
racy.
sports.
No, wait, hold second, hold second. This is going to be a little racy. Okay. What Willie can't do, what women are allowed to do, is to take a healthy life and then call it healthcare. That's what we are able to do and not
Hmm.
face any charges. But Willie can't take a life and call it healthcare. Make sense what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
got
I got
quiet.
you. But
You
you're
got
right.
quiet.
Probably
I'm letting
steer away
women
from
talk
that
about
one,
this.
darling. Darling
Yeah.
Nikki.
So
Darling Nikki,
that's
steer away from that one, darling.
nah, no one wants to have that conversation. But again, I used to be, oh, everybody should do whatever they want. Everybody should live their life a certain way. And that's and then the older I've gotten and the more I got into, the world, as they say, and working, like I used to work on construction sites where I'll be the only female, the only black on the site, to where I was working on a shipyard up in New Hampshire, and I was probably the only black person on the whole base. And I tell you, it was the best working environment that
No
I had.
shit, were you in Portsmouth?
Yes.
You
Yes.
stop it. You were at the Portsmouth Naval
Oh,
Yard?
shit.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hell
At the
yeah,
at the
girl. You were
Portsmouth
in my
shipyard.
state.
Yes, I was at
Hell
the
yeah, girl.
The Portsmouth shipyard.
That's amazing. Isn't Portsmouth so
Yes,
beautiful though? I hope you
right.
got to
It's
go explore.
gorgeous. And so like half of the base is like one half is New Hampshire and the other half is Kittery, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yep.
don't see
Yep.
people of different
That's
races.
where that's where Annie's at. She's out there that
Yeah, I'm
way.
telling you, it's different when you're up in New England. But the
Well,
people
I'm in
are
the city
honest.
in New Hampshire, so we got everybody here
Yeah.
and I love it.
Like I was all over Portsmouth. I would go up to Manchester. Then I would drive down on the weekends to Boston and Salem. Like I was all over New England. But with
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
being said, it was probably the most because you don't see a lot of people from different nationalities up there. You just don't. It's not like where I'm at in DC. Is everybody's here. Every race and
Mm.
nationality. Like going to New York. Everybody like New York is like going to a foreign country.
Yeah.
No one speaks English.
Portsmouth
But
has
with that,
gotten very, very cultural and artsy now. I'll tell you
it
that.
is.
It's
Yes,
definite. Oh
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Expensive.
It,
Expensive. I was
it
shocked.
is.
It's gotten
Mm,
really expensive,
mhm.
but it's very quaint. Everybody knows everybody. You see a lot of mom and pop stores, a lot of mom and
Yeah, and
pop
if you go right over the
shops.
bridge to Kittery, they got all the
Yes.
outlets and all the
Yep,
shopping and
that's
fried
right.
clams
Yes.
and
Yes.
mm,
Lovely over there. Like the first night I was in New Hampshire, I drove over there. I can't remember the spot, but I got me a lobster roll like the first night I was there.
mm,
And I was talking to I guess the guy who owned the spot and I was like, hey, I drove down like 9 hours from DC. And, he gave me a free, like, wild blueberry cobbler for free. And I was the
Oh,
only
hell
black
yeah.
person up in there. Yeah, I was the only black person up in there. But I tell you, I
Oh,
have never
really?
laughed. I have never laughed so hard at work. Like all the guys there, like there's a different bravado in men. The men over, out here,
Mhm,
I'm in
mhm.
DC, so they very simpy. They very feminine. They're very simpy here.
Yeah, no,
So
Maine and New
What
Hampshire
the
men are
hell?
not, for the most part, aren't. Yeah, they're very burly men usually are up
they
around
very burly and they very like I've never seen men like they say what they mean and they mean what they say. And I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that.
here.
And we was like, I'm telling you, we was hard working. We
Oh,
was
you're surrounded
running.
by betas, huh?
Yeah, I'm surrounded by
That's
babies here.
fucking funny.
It is ridiculous because it's like night and day between the
79%.
city capital. Yeah, like, I used to work down in Capitol Hill, and I was like, damn, all we need is a liquor license and a disco ball. It'd be a gay club. It'd be a gay club up in here. This down in Capitol
Oh my god.
Hill. I'm telling you, it was like, look, I call DC like, I can't say what I call DC. Like
I'm gonna
DC is
drop the
like
link. I'm gonna drop the link one more time if anybody has any opinion about Mr. Trump coming out, and
oh,
because we're going on 2
but
hours and 15 minutes, and I'm starting to get a little hungry.
yeah, me too. I haven't eaten all day, but I say this: by Trump saying something, will that put a spark or a fire under Hippler's butt? No, Hippler's was put there in place because I've never seen a judge besides God. What's up with these judges? I mean, Hippler was just shooting everything down, like, he, like he didn't want to be there. He didn't
Mhm.
want. It was like it was almost. But what was the whole point of requesting a prosecutor, a special prosecutor? What was the whole point of doing that?
Hey, Sherry. Annie has an opinion on that.
I do.
Annie, I mean,
What's
you're
the
the one that
point of
told me.
appointing a
You're the one that
special
told me why they brought it.
prosecutor?
Yeah, the
Who?
dude.
Herwit?
Yeah.
Yeah, him. What is the whole
No,
point?
she's
And
not.
then
Yeah, but you're talking about Herwit, not the special. You're not talking about the special investigator for the leaks. You're talking about Herwit
all of it,
joining
yeah.
prosecution.
Yeah, all of it. Like, what is the whole point? Because just for them just to say that, yeah, we take a plea, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just assume that this investigation, the special prosecutor would at least come up with something, give us some form of an answer, and it didn't. It's almost as if we are still stuck back in
Mhm.
23. There has
Yeah.
but besides
And so is the
besides the
family.
AI phone calls, there's nothing really new and significant in this case that really says anything significant at all.
Well, the phone calls were even more suspect to me because you hear police chatter. I think six different times you hear police chatter in
Mm.
a background of either the ones who called or the dispatcher. But I've
Mm.
never once, now that I went back and listened to other 911 calls, there's never ever police chatter coming from the dispatcher side. So the fact that, in my opinion,
Right.
there was already a cop at the scene when these kids dialed 911 does not sit well with me.
If it was the real phone call.
Well, the phone
Like
call was staged
what
anyway
proof?
because we already know that those kids went in that house. Somebody picked up a kitchen knife and basically, you know, and then they come back out, call 911, and then go back inside and act like it's their first time ever,
Going
seeing,
in.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
that's what, so
Right.
all that pisses me off that, that's why I wanted to go to trial. That's why I was so mad that Brian pled, because all that, needs to be presented to a jury, and let them decide how fucked up that is. You know what I mean?
But I mean,
That's
I
my
said
take.
this before. I don't think that the prosecution had much of a case anyways.
No.
I mean, How long? I mean, how long you think that the opening statement would have been? 10 minutes, the most. Come on now, like what? Like nothing about this case makes sense. It's I honestly feel like this is almost a hoax.
Yo,
Because nothing makes sense. I have never seen a case, and that's all I do is watch cases and monitor cases. I have never seen cases like this before ever in my life. This is why I'm like, there's something else going on in the background that they don't want the public to know. I mean, and maybe it's just as big as, what's the other YouTuber says that, that the Aryan Knights is involved, that there's cartels is involved,
yeah, but
and I believe that over them just saying, hey, this guy just walked into a house because he was stalking them. No
that's, I mean,
way.
I'll believe anything other than Brian did this by himself with a fucking knife.
Absolutely.
Brian Wick.
Absolutely. One knife. Get the fuck
Well, we know there
out
was
of
multiple
here.
weapons, so he must have been double fisting the knives. So
Right,
he's Brian
right.
Scissorhands in there.
So when
It
is
was a
when is
hammer or something.
Hey
A hammer
Twiz.
and
Holy
knife.
shit, Twiz.
Hey Twiz.
Yo, Nikki, where you
Oh,
been?
Nikki baby.
I'm always thinking, where the fuck is Nikki at? And then she pops up.
Yeah, well, I'm in school
That's 6
right
months
now,
later,
man. Yeah, I'm in school now. It's the last time I talked to you guys. We about to get that college degree, honey. But with that being said, I don't know how this case make you feel, but for me, well, let me ask you, Twiz, how does this case makes you feel? Because you was one of the, I mean, you and Willie was one of the few people on YouTube was like, he didn't do this. Now that there's a plea, how does this make you feel?
Well, he supposedly pled guilty to remove the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
I think
he did
it's
that.
messed up that the courts like force people to do that. Like, it's definitely not about the truth, Nothing about it has been about the truth. And I think that's kind of the justice system as a whole, because they're just trying to, get people in jail and stuff. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here waiting,
Yeah, because it's almost like for those people who agree to an Alford plea, if you know what an Alford plea is.
Yeah.
For them
So
to get out of
from what
prison, you got to.
yeah, from what I've seen, like the state has to allow you to do an Alford plea. So
Yeah.
if you have to take a plea for whatever reason, they don't let you do that, then you have to say yes and guilty to all the questions, So I'm not tripping about
anything.
So do you think that Trump making a post on this on Twitter or X will make a big difference it's now, I mean, the case is basically done at this point, right?
I mean,
There's no
I think it can only help.
the
I don't see how you could hurt it, because that just means that somebody higher up is looking at it. So now I hope on Thursday he flips his fucking plea, goes out on live television and says, I didn't do it. This is what I did that night, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't even in Moscow, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to figure it the fuck out.
Wow.
Now that there's like big eyes on it, like I hope he does something. But I mean, I don't know.
He better fucking do
he
something.
He has a plan.
Dude.
I don't know what it is.
Talk to your goddamn fucking connect and tell him to get in touch with Brian and be like, yo, the president's fucking, basically saying something's wrong. Don't fucking, withdraw your shit. What's he doing? What's he waiting for? The last minute?
I don't know.
Withdraw that shit.
I mean, I'm telling you, there's something else going on. It makes no sense. There's something else going on. We just don't know about it.
There definitely is.
Of course there is.
That's what I don't understand.
Know
like Steve's coming out here and saying that they're lying to him about everything, but they're the ones that Brian did it, and he still believes that Brian did it. What's that?
What was the question?
So how many likes? Does anybody know how many likes are on the video? I can't see.
You had 279 when
Looks
I
like
reloaded.
285.
All right, I'll take that.
My
If we can get,
my side
There were
was
more
like
likes than
285.
viewers, so
all right, not bad. I can't see shit, and I never really do all that like shit. But I appreciate
How many
everybody
views are there
liking.
now?
Let's try to get it to 350 would be cool by the time I end the live. But
my friend told me they weren't going on Thursday, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna go. But after this shit, I'm going. Fuck it. Thursday's gonna be
What's on
wild.
Thursday? I thought it's on Wednesday.
It's Thursday.
Thanks, Charlotte. I hope Trump shows up.
That would be nuts.
That'd be crazy. It's like I was in the area.
I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, if he says absolutely nothing, at least somebody from his camp, his mama, his daddy, nobody, his sisters.
Well, he still has defense attorneys, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
So what the fuck? They should go to him and be like, yo, look. I mean, come on.
Twiz, the hearing is the 23rd. It's on Wednesday, the 23rd.
Business parts, I know.
Well, why are you saying it's Thursday then, dickhead?
I was just told it was Wednesday in chat.
Dickhead.
How many people can yell at me at once? Let's play a fucking game about it. Jesus Christ.
Well,
I don't know. Well,
I just had to get in one dickhead. I'm done. I'm done. I just wanted one dickhead. I'm done. I'll mute.
There you go. Tell him.
I guess I'm
fucking
ass.
Yeah, I'm about to say I can use a dickhead.
I was yelling at you, Meg P. I was yelling at you.
Exactly. See, even Lucy. That's right. For fuck's sake, Fitziana. Don't be yelling at me, Twiz.
Right. And he'll shit on you.
Hey, Nikki, let's go back. Nikki, let's rewind this conversation. Remember how women are treated better than men in this country? And let's look at this right here.
Yeah. Yes, we are. These big old eyes these eyes have got me out of a lot of tickets, you know.
In the true crime community, men are treated way different. Way different.
You know what's really fucking
we
funny?
Can't say shit. We get booted. If we say something, we get booted. But like you know,
there's a flip side to that though, because I've watched so many women get attacked in chat, and then when I defend them, people shut the fuck up. People will pick on women. They won't even fucking try with me.
Where?
All over the place.
Because all I see is they can say whatever they want and still fucking stay, you know, wherever they please and come back.
I'm not saying that they don't do that, but what I'm saying is they basically will bully women, and then when a man steps in, they shut the fuck up.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah.
But mind you, these are trolls that at home, you know, on a keyboard, whether it's on their phones or on their computers, you know, they don't matter. I don't care what somebody think of me. They don't know me. So who cares? I can't tell you how many times I've been online defending BK, and I've been called, oh, you crazy or you stupid. I don't give a fuck.
Who gives a shit? When this shit shuts off, like I always say, we all go back to our fucking lives. So
our lives, yeah.
Everybody needs to relax.
You know what? It will be interesting so I do have a question, and I'm not sure anybody would know this or not. Do they say where they send a prisoner? Or no?
I think they said, doesn't the judge say, I commend you to do yada yada and so prison, or no? I don't know.
I don't know neither.
Maybe sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I think the judge says it at the end when he's given the sentence.
Yeah, because I read something online. They were saying that they may send him to like a mental facility, like he's not going to prison.
Yeah, I don't think so. No, he's not. No, mental facility.
Well, I guess we'll find out on Wednesday then. Huh?
Like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Like where are they going to send him?
Yeah. I don't know.
Understanding more than likely he's going to end up at IMSI, not
What's
in a mental institution, but he would be at the Idaho Maximum Security Institution.
But
Yeah.
how? Wait. I don't understand. So okay. So basically, a person can say that they commit a crime as long they admit to it, and that's yeah. Okay, I just answered my own question. So basically, if you admit to it, law enforcement don't have to have any evidence at all. But as long as you
No,
said that
no.
you
Even
did it,
Judge Hippler even
Supposedly he's a
clarified that to
boxer. So.
Brian at the plea hearing. Now you understand that the state no longer has to prove their case because you're admitting it's all true. And he said yes. So, I mean, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I mean, anybody can say yes, but do you have proof? These are words.
But that's what Trump's
These are
saying.
words. Where is the proof?
That's what Trump's saying is basically, and I think it's because maybe Trump knows that the families, they're not getting closure from this, because,
Yeah.
it's not sitting well
Where's the
with.
weapon?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. They should make them.
Where is the bloody clothes that
They
he
should do it for
had?
two
Where did
reasons.
he put it?
One, closure, but two, also to use that against him if God forbid he ever were to, withdraw his plea, right? Then you have on paper him telling you where the weapon is. He can't fucking hide from that, right? So yeah, why didn't they ask him that? Especially if they had some, there was a couple news articles showing them out looking for the fucking knife, and I don't know where they probably staged the bullshit. But if they cared that much about finding the knife, and they had him dead to rights, why aren't you asking him where the knife was? Because you he don't know where the knife is. He has no idea.
Didn't do it.
Or knives, multiple knives. Where'd you throw the 3 or 4 knives that supposedly he used?
But also it was stated that they all had different wounds. Those wounds wasn't.
We don't know that for a fact yet.
Well, no, that was said early on.
By who?
Mabbitt said.
I don't believe Mabbitt as far as I can throw her.
Okay.
She said everybody was sleeping. I said she also said everybody was sleeping.
Well, that's what she was told that they were because they were in bed. But
I don't trust anybody that says anything they're told.
But obviously they were moved. Obviously the crime scene was clean to a certain extent, but why was some parts of the crime scene was clean and the others wasn't? Because they said it was a bloodbath. I mean, it was a bloodbath in that house. So if they were sleeping, then how a house be a bloodbath then, sir? If they were sleeping.
I think the better question is if it was a bloodbath in the house, then why is the state only planning to use photos and 3D scans of the 2 rooms where the deceased were located rather than the actual entirety of the whole 3D
entire
scans?
house?
I noticed that was it was in one of the last docs, some of the last few docs to come out, that they're only going to use just the 2 rooms where the deceased were located. I'm like, excuse me?
Wow.
What do you mean?
Right. That was my whole point of why did they tear that house down? Like that house was one big colossal evidence. You can't deny that evidence because it's there in front of you. You can see like that house would have told the story of what happened, of what occurred that night. But they were so quick and so adamant of tearing it down. No one find that suspicious. Like, God damn, like it makes no sense. Me trying to make sense of something that makes sense. It's like how
to me. When you're trying to hide something, you're going to bury it.
You're going to bury it, and they literally.
New
That's
document up.
Literally, that's what they did.
Hold on a second. Sarah said new document up. What kind of document? I'm not watching Pub, Ellie. Please don't ever recommend that again.
I know.
Sorry.
Oh,
hey, what are you talking about, dude?
See what
Bob's
it is.
the man.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go get it and see what it is.
You guys can fucking hang out together and watch them.
Pop said Quiz was right, and then people said I was going to be famous. So
yeah.
Well, I don't think he's wrong about. I think
dude's been wrong about 100 things and maybe right about one. That's not how I operate. That's not what I watch. So
when you point fingers at everyone, you're going to be right eventually.
Exactly.
But I think he was on
So,
the right path where they
yeah.
were saying that everything started in Coeur d'Alene, which
Too bad
I
he
do
took
believe that is
15.
correct.
Mm.
I do believe that this was it almost come off like it was a hit of some sort. I do believe that.
All I'm seeing
'Cause those
here
kids
is a motion
they were
to
targeted.
continue, motion to extend no contact orders. That's all I'm seeing.
He's not a boxer,
How?
Ellie. It's already fucking established. Brian was not a boxer. Brian did not box.
Who said he was a boxer?
Ellie, for the 1,000th time, she's saying it because she just gets in chat and says he's a boxer, he's a boxer, he's a boxer 500 fucking times until
It
she thinks it's
doesn't
going to come
matter.
true.
I
He's
think she's
Give me a
behind
saying
second.
that
bars.
Give me a
What's that got
second.
to
Give
do
me
with
a second.
anything?
Give me a second. He was not a fucking boxer. Annie, you drove 15 hours of your motherfucking time to go to a trial or hearing, whatever, to watch his friend talk. Let me ask you a question for the record. For the final fucking time, Twiz, shut your mouth. Was Brian a boxer? Yes or no? Annie,
No.
thank you. And we're going to leave it at that, and we're not going to bring it up again. Okay? Brian did not box.
Is there a reason why she's saying that Brian was a boxer?
Yeah, there's a
I mean,
reason why everybody wants Brian to box. And I love the, fantasy, okay? But it's not fucking reality.
well, one,
And
he's
that's
not
where I
built like a
live.
boxer. Well, he's not built like a
Anyway,
boxer.
I didn't mean to get angry. It's just,
Okay.
god
So,
damn.
before this goes too far, I just wanted to let you know
It's
I
never going
am
too far. This
on
is my channel. This is what
the
we do.
No, I know. I'm just saying I'm on the cases of interest page. All I'm seeing is one document. It's the motion to extend the no contact orders. Comes now, state of Idaho, by and through
I never
prosecuting
said believe the
attorney,
PC yet. This bitch annoying.
moves this court for an extension of the no contact orders previously entered, preventing the
But
defendant from having any contact with the victims. This motion is based on the fact that the defendant has now entered guilty pleas to all offenses charged in the indictment and will be sentenced July 23rd, 2025. The current no contact order expires January 2027, and the state respectfully requests that it be extended for an additional 99 years.
They need to do one so Steve can't contact Brian.
99.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. It's like a fucking Scientology
Yeah,
contract.
I'm gonna put the doc in chat for everybody. I don't know if your thing's gonna let me
Yeah.
put the link though.
That's funny.
It won't unless you're a
It probably
moderator.
Sorry, Ellie. You can complain about it in fucking other chats you're in, but I couldn't take it anymore. I tried. I gave you fucking rope.
Oh, poor thing. Well, maybe, poor thing.
No.
Her mind's just set on it.
Everybody
I don't
puts up with it. I don't put up with that shit.
know.
Anyway.
So after,
So is this the reality where Brian took a plea deal for 4 murders when he didn't do it? Is this the reality we're living in now, or what?
well, this
What do you
happens
mean?
more often than we think.
Well, I mean, a week
mean,
ago
you
you
have to
said this is
accept the
reality.
reality
Brian
that
wouldn't do
we're
that. Now
in.
you're saying that he did it. So which reality are we in?
Hold on. Let's talk, Mr. fucking Mock. Say that again.
What reality are we in? Are we in the reality where
You
he
tell
plead
me what
guilty to
fucking
4
reality
murders
in,
when he
because
didn't
what
do
I
it?
heard you say is there's still a plan, bud. But when I ask you what the plan is, you have no fucking clue what direction to go, do you?
I never said I knew what the plan was.
I
just
asked
knew
you a
there
question,
was
yes
a
or no?
plan.
You said there was a plan, and I'm giving you
There is a
rope
plan.
and saying maybe here's the plan. But I heard you say a couple minutes ago that there's still a plan. This is the plan, dude. You're seeing the plan that was on the
It
screen.
might be. I don't know.
That's his only shot. He has no
I'm just
appeals.
saying.
He has no appeals, dude. If Wednesday he agrees to
You watched
everything
the
and
hearing last week?
huh?
Hippler even said he can appeal it. So
Yes, Hippler did say that. He said no appeals does not mean he cannot appeal.
Appeal it to what? The Supreme Court.
it's like when a girl says no, but she really means yes. Just kidding.
And what's the percentage of cases the Supreme Court hears? Does anybody know?
Not
2
a
to
lot.
3%, which isn't a good, percentage of my calculations. But hey, and even if it is, dude, and say they, give him a trial, Brian doesn't want to go to trial. So what is going to be overturned that is just going to make Brian walk out of, prison. He still would
Well,
have to go to a
mind
trial.
you, 95% of court cases always end up in a plea anyways. Only 5% of cases actually go to trial. So
So that's what I mean. So
Steven
if it's
Stearns just pled guilty to murder and fucking child porn or whatever the fuck else he was charged with.
who?
Steven Stearns. The dude that was molesting his girlfriend's daughter and then killed her type shit.
Okay.
oh yes,
You
was
know
that
the
down in
Maddie-
Florida, right?
Maddie Sutter? I don't remember where it is.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Is there a plan? Does he have a plan?
Well, I mean, he did it, so I think his plan was just to like live in prison or something. I don't know.
Mm.
He's a sick son of a bitch. Why'd they let him take a plea deal?
I don't
Because
know.
I thought they had him dead to right.
because most cases end in plea deals.
Trials are
95%.
expensive. I think that's what
Yeah, most cases don't make it to court. They're always a plea. But my next question is this, and then I'll let you guys go. Do you believe that Brian Kohlberger or someone in his camp is going to speak up or speak about this case later on down the road in the future? Or do you think after the sentencing, everybody just going to go ghost?
Well, I mean, they were supposedly, saying that they care about Brian and his innocence and shit like that. Why wouldn't they come out and talk, or come out or have come out and talk in the past couple days about, this shit and how they feel? So obviously they were actually the ones that fought the state to keep the gag order in place. So the defense doesn't want to talk, which confuses the shit out of me. So I don't know. That's
So
the one thing I can't figure out.
Yeah, what about friends or family? His sisters, perhaps? Like somebody have to speak up, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of this case. Yeah,
like I
don't
said,
know
if I was in jail, if I was in prison or jail, he's in jail, right? If and somebody came up to me and they were like, "Yo, Trump fucking tweeted about you and about your situation and says that there's nothing," like, I'm telling you, I'd be a new man. There'd be a new man in that motherfucking jail. Swear to God.
Yeah. I mean, but look at what happened with Richard Allen, where he was in jail.
He didn't have this shot.
And he was in solitary confinement for so long.
Yeah,
he
nobody gave a fuck about him.
Yeah. What?
They sent him to prison before. Yeah, they sent him to like a prison.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's right. They sent him to prison.
Yeah. Annie, is this document anything like crazy or not?
I just read it to you.
No.
I just read it.
It's
honey.
just a no contact order.
Oh.
It's an extension of the no contact order for basically 100 years for his 4 consecutive life sentences or whatever.
Wow.
Basically. Yeah.
Oh, that was what you used to. Okay, I didn't know that was. All right.
Yeah. That was all I saw anyway.
100 years.
But I say this and let you guys go. Always
then
continue to fight.
Take this down
Always
soon.
continue to fight what is right. Continue to fight for those who can't speak for themselves. Because again, this system is made up for those who are poor,
Bye, Tracy.
no money to have a
Thank you
fighting
again. I appreciate it.
the court system. But thank you guys.
Thanks for coming up.
Bye, Nikki.
Yeah, she fought like hell to get her fucking brother off. I wish I had a sister like that. That story's crazy. But yeah, so maybe Donnie has a plan. That's my whole. That's where I'm at now.
No matter what, it's a good.
Well, that's what I mean. If Trump's aware of this, and that means Bondi's aware of it, that this was the plan I was talking about a few times. I said we need to get the Bondi. We can get the fucking Bondi or cash. They're new. They will actually, they want to win over the American public. And if they see the American public's not okay with this and they get involved and something happens, bang, that was the only fucking way I thought. And here we are. Trump's talking about it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's my tone now, bro. But when he fucking pled guilty, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take him at his word.
Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah.
I am. There's no fucking way. I plead guilty, dude. I'm taking this to trial. Period. The amount of reasonable doubt is insane. Insane. Blood DNA profile is not tested. Even if Ann doesn't have the names of that, just to bring that up to a jury. Did Hippler not allow her to do that either? Like, she wasn't allowed to tell a jury that they didn't test fucking 2 or 3 blood samples from the crime scene? That in itself would make me cringe as a juror. So, yeah, I still don't think it was a smart move.
I just kind of want to know, like, what you guys think, especially Twiz. What do you think happened in the last 6 weeks from the time that they're still demanding discovery, requesting to inspect very specific pieces of evidence and things like that, to all of a sudden, like, yeah, you know what? Actually, we're just going to take this plea. Like, what do you think happened in the last, like, 6 weeks that
I don't think
made it so
necessarily
drastically
anything happened. They probably were planning on that for a long time if certain things wouldn't change, you know. But I mean, it all depends. My issue is we don't know that big thing going on in the background, you know, that Cy was talking about and shit. Like, until that, like, I don't think we really know shit about what's going on in this case.
And I don't think Cy's going to come out and tell us, because he's going to have to sign an NDA apparently. So
this is the words from my inside sources that said that this was never about the truth, and you're just going to have to trust me. So I'm just trusting him, you know. I mean, not him. It's a random person. I don't know who it is. They might have a penis. They might not have a penis. I don't know. But this was never about the truth. Trust me. So I'm trusting.
I have the email is actually on my. I have an email for the channel on my main page. If you go to my channel, it's on there. So yeah, and then I'm not great with email, but I check it occasionally. I suck with technology so bad. But yeah, man, I just hope,
What if,
you know, I hope Bondi gets on fucking TV and starts talking about this. Huh?
What if he takes his plea back, right? And then he tells the world everything that they know, which is what they should do. But in that book, his dad is saying that he was framed, there were drugs in the house. Dude, just tell us, okay? You want to know why Green was involved with an off-campus house? He owned it.
What do you want?
He owns that house. It's all been a cover-up from day one.
Well, no shit, he owned the house. He grew up in it. Yeah, he grew up in it. It was his fucking childhood home.
He still owned it. He still owned it.
I understand.
They were fake LLCs. He still owned that fucking house.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Can that be proven?
I mean, that's yeah.
Who pays?
That's like,
who pays
that's known
MPD? Yeah, but who pays MPD?
I understand.
U of I. Who sat in?
I got you, Gail. And I appreciate it if you're leaving.
MPD, even though he had nothing to do with it. Green. It all goes back to Green, dude.
Yeah.
So why would Brian take a plea to cover for Green?
He's not taking a plea to cover for Green. He's taking a plea to save his life.
But how's he saving his life? He's going to die in jail. No matter what.
Yeah, in 80 years, not tomorrow.
He wouldn't die tomorrow even if he was sentenced to death today.
Thank you so much, Sherry, for...
I do know that.
Sherry. Thank you so much.
You actually don't know that.
Where's Sherry at? Sherry,
I don't understand how we go from like the
Can you hear
system
me?
is fucking Brian to he'll be there for
Can you hear
40
me?
years because he has appeals. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, well, give me a second then. I thought I was saying something to Sherry. I don't know where she went. Damn, I hope she didn't leave. Thank you so much, Sherry, for
Are you
listening.
talking about Sherry D?
There you are.
Sherry D's in the
Yeah.
chat. She just typed.
Thank you, Sherry. But dude, I can only see fucking 2 comments at a time, brother.
I know. Get a
Sucks.
laptop. What's wrong with you?
Hey, listen, don't come at me, bro. I fucking hate technology. I posted for the first time on Facebook today in like 4 months, just so people know I'm alive, for fuck's sake. Because I was getting like messages like, "Yo, you good? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Fuck this social media shit." You know, it's like, oh, makes me sick, man. Social media, I can't do it. Like, and then it doesn't help that last night I watched fucking Jimi Hendrix play. I was telling Annie, I watched Jimi Hendrix play Voodoo Child in Maui in 1970. It was one of the most clearest videos I've ever seen in my life, and it was from 1970. And just the amount of just pure fucking just.
It has to be
Oh,
remastered or something.
I don't know what they did to the image, but dude, it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude!
I've
I was
watched
just like,
some
fuck
Zeppelin
this air.
videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But dude, like the whole crowd was tripping out on acid, and fucking, nobody was scared because there was no fentanyl and nobody was dying and shit like that. Yeah, people did drugs, but nobody was fucking dying. You know what I mean? Just different times that I wish I was able to experience.
I feel
Anyway,
you.
I'm probably gonna shut this down soon because I'm fucking starving. I'm going on 3 hours, and Annie, fucking you go live for too long and get that fatigue.
All I have to say is, everybody in chat, save up for Twiz's bail money on Wednesday.
Why? What's going on?
I'm not saying that shit publicly, but I'm just saying save up for my bail money if I need it.
For what?
Why would you get in trouble?
Again, I'm not saying it publicly.
Well, I'm just saying.
Jesus
Christ. Either way, like, don't go doing nothing stupid, okay?
Yeah,
unless your co-burger's your husband and we don't know it. There's no reason for you to be getting in trouble over his ass.
Hey, I got hopes and dreams, right?
Okay. Just saying, darling. There's no reason for you to be getting in trouble over him unless he's your house and we just don't know.
This has never been about Brian, and you know that.
Well, I understand, but if you're willing to go get in trouble, don't do that, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. You got the life too, bro.
I can spend a couple days in jail, no big deal.
All right, well, just don't do anything fucking dumb. But I appreciate you coming up the whole time, chilling, bringing up the tweets because I can't do none of that shit. I hope Trump responds to it again after he sees how many people are going to be fucking talking about this, because I'm sure it's going to be a lot.
Blackhawk, I'm not planning to break out anybody. Twiz and Annie are planning to break Brian out.
I'm not bringing out nobody. Nobody put me in that fucking sentence. I got shit to lose.
Oh, okay. No, my bad. I saw Annie, and I thought my bad. Okay, he's not talking about this Annie, different Annie. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna go. Okay, thanks for having me up, and
thank you.
Good talking to you.
All right, thank you, Annie. I'll probably be live for a little bit if you want to stay in chat.
Bye, guys. Yeah, I'll stay in chat. I'm just going to do other shit. I've been muted and doing other shit while I was listening, but
yeah, I figured.
I gotta go.
That's why you muted. All right, thank you, Annie.
Bye.
Later.
Bye, Annie.
But yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna change my tune on how the fuck this plays out.
Hell
the jackass pled guilty. I'm gonna call him a jackass for pleading guilty. But if Trump's seeing the fucking same bullshit that we've been seeing, and he might do something about it. Like I was talking earlier, dude. I'm everywhere talking about, let's make some noise to Pam Bondi. Let's get in her ear. Let's get in Cash's ear. Let's send them messages. Everything. Fuck it. Because that's his only chance. And hopefully somebody got through some kind of clearance to get in Trump's ear and be like, hey, can you make a comment? And he wrote a paragraph, not just like a sentence or two. So
yeah,
he's
read
invested.
that shit out again.
Well, Annie was the one that brought it up screen because she was on the laptop. So
let me find it.
All right. Yeah, if you can share your screen, I can bring it up again. But he pled guilty, but I'm going to hit tell him he went to Epstein. Yeah, I went to Epstein files too. But like he told Pam Bondi to release what she needs to, and fucking she keeps making excuses. So I don't know. That's why I hate both sides.
This is what I was told, is that Bondi worked in the AG office during Epstein's sweetheart deal in Florida. So
there you go. I don't know what that means,
I
but
don't
there
know
you go.
if
You know, they're all protecting bigger names that will probably kill them if they put the files out. I don't know.
yeah.
I know, but he has nothing highlighted, Sherry. So it just shows me that maybe he, again, his messages are always like encrypted and shit. So you always got to look into little things with fucking him. He never really says what he actually means. So for him to bold the only word "nothing" tells me that maybe he sees there's nothing, you know, for him to even be able to allocate to, because you know, you find it.
Yeah, I got it.
I wish Dinky would have came up. He's probably hiking. Or no, it's fucking 11 o'clock there. She's a hitchhiking.
It should be shared.
Dude, I can't wait to eat something. You called her dumb?
Who called who dumb? Who's dumb? Pam Bondi? Dude, being dumb is like
Probably.
a blessing.
Yeah, Annie has it in her community tab if you need to find it real quick.
I already got it. It's shared.
Oh, hold on. It didn't tell me that.
Dumb like the Twiz word from somebody who thinks Enon did it. Yeah.
Go burger
Keep going.
with response.
That.
Yeah, so the only word he has bolded on there is nothing. There is nothing. So I'm looking at those 4 words. There are no explanations. There is nothing. So that's my glimmer of hope right there. Are you reading it?
Yeah. Blackhawk, tell me when I've ever said that. And like all you do is put words in my mouth, but you can't back it up because you live in a fantasy land. Like you're literally retarded. All I do is make fun of you.
Get him, Blackhawk.
I really don't even understand why you think I would ever take anything that you say seriously.
This channel is where we come to fucking settle shit, not, you know.
Like,
what's going on? Twiz sideways with her. Say Brian. Oh, man.
And all she does is follow me around and talk to me like I give a fuck about anything that she says.
She comes around and talks shit.
I literally don't. Nothing you say will ever impress me.
Oh, shit.
Do you want me to read this message from Donald J. Trump?
Sure, you can read it again.
Brian Kohberger, who was responsible in Idaho for the deaths of 4 wonderful young souls, has made a plea bargain in order to avoid the death penalty. These were vicious murders with so many questions left unanswered. While life imprisonment is tough, it's certainly better than receiving the death penalty. But before sentencing, I hope that the judge makes Kohberger, at a minimum, explain why he did these horrible murders. There are no explanations. There is nothing. People were shocked that he was able to plea bargain, but the judge should make him explain what happened. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yeah, I actually don't hate you when you call my bullshit because you don't call out bullshit. Everything you say is bullshit. Like, you are the biggest bullshitter here on fucking YouTube. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Black Hawk retarded. She thinks that Enon did it.
Really? Hey, you never know. That dude lied. He lied to my face, bro. Motherfucker lied to my face.
To you?
Yeah, dude. You gotta remember, bro, back when Frank was normal, like I was the first one, I was the second person to talk to Enon, and then the first person to talk to fucking Darren before everybody fucking tainted him and got their hands on Darren. But yeah, he lied to my face when I asked him a couple questions, and then it turned out that, he had lied. So I'm like, anybody that lies.
Listen, I'm not saying that Enon is like a
a
trustworthy gentleman. Like, he's a felon and shit, and he lived down the street from the murder house. There's a lot of felons that live in Moscow and Pullman and anyone like near that could have committed the crime. Just because they're a felon doesn't mean that he did it.
Yeah.
Just because you're a liar doesn't mean that you did it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, dude, there's 48 hours for fucking him to either withdraw this shit or I don't know. I hope this gets. I basically hope this backfires on Trump in a way where people are like, well, he wasn't fucking responsible, but yeah, we agree that the families deserve an explanation, but he wasn't fucking. So I hope Trump sees that there's something more fucked up to this case than just allocution and the family's not getting answers. So we'll see, bro. That's the hope that fucking I had when Annie called me, and I was completely flipped. I was like, all right, here we go. Because now, if everybody actually gives a fuck, dude, everybody should be writing, emailing, tweeting to Pam Bondi, to fucking Pam Bondi especially, because like I said, she's new, bro. So it's like, she's not used to getting bannered on something.
Pam Bondi's been in the system for a long time, though.
Yeah, but she knows that she fucked up with Epstein. So this might be her. Like I said, this might be her fucking way to do right. So I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
But yeah, bro, I'm gonna get down in a little bit and end this shit.
Do it.
But appreciate you coming up.
For sure.
Fucking tell your fucking source to fucking call Brian and tell him to withdraw his plea, bro.
I might do.
He lied. He lied in the way that he said he did it. So,
dude, how fucking great would it be if he took it back and then said what he did that night? We also have to remember, in that book that just came out, Patterson said that Brian's dad said that he was framed and there were drugs in the house. So let us know.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Because, like, this whole book, dude, like, everybody's been going over this book, and I'm like, fuck everybody with these books, trying to make money on this shit with the books, writing books that fucking they have no business writing. That shit pisses me off. Especially James Patterson. Like, stick to your fantasies, wherever the fuck you do.
Yeah, they're all idiots, dude.
Yeah. But I appreciate everybody in chat being here. Everybody who sent, I think there were just all. I don't think there were any Venmos. Hold on.
Are you buying a new phone or a laptop with that money? What are you doing with it?
No, I don't need a phone. I gotta figure out like a setup to where like I can actually open up my own fucking screen and do this and that and maybe have a fucking mic, because I just do this shit on my phone. But when I go to a different, like when I leave this screen and go look at Cash App to see, if somebody sends me something, then I go silent over here. That's why, like, when I was talking to Annie in the beginning, she would ask me something and I wouldn't respond for like a couple seconds. I felt bad, but it's because I go silent for a couple seconds when I leave the screen, and that fucking irritates me. So I appreciate anybody that sent a Cash App. I really do. And then I switched my Venmo around to be not, dude, I have my Venmo as just my fucking last, like, at my last name. And I couldn't fucking give that out. But I changed it to TNU.
I just put my number in the back chat so you can get my number again or whatever. And then I can help you with a setup and shit or whatever you want to do.
You got a new number?
No, my number hasn't changed, but I can't contact you. I've called, I've texted, and nothing
Yeah,
goes
well, my
through.
shit's
So either you gave me a
my
wrong
shit's
number.
always
I don't know.
my shit's always fucked up. I had to fucking fuck with my service. But yeah, I appreciate anybody that said anything. You really didn't have to. And yeah, I'll try to go live again. It's just this fucking motivated. I haven't been live in months, but this motivated me, bro. You know, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go live and try to figure this out on the phone.
I got on YouTube and it said Willie was live. I was like, what the fuck?
That's right, motherfucker. I said, fuck it. But yeah, anybody who came up today and gave their opinion, I appreciate it. Annie, and what's her name again? Nikki, right? Nikki.
Yo, that dumb bitch Blackhawk owes me $100 because she bet that Brian and Enon drove by the house that night and Ann admitted in open court. And then I was too pussy to go to Boise. And I was like, pay me that 100 in fucking Boise because what she said was bullshit. And she doesn't even go to Boise, dude. She's a pussy.
Thanks, Simply. Thanks for stopping
by.
Bring
my 100 in freaking Boise. Blackhawk, I'll be there Wednesday. Where the fuck are you going to be?
I'm glad you're entertained, Mark.
That's crying right. On fucking YouTube.
Or tell her or whoever. Tell anybody. Anyway, all right. I'm going to end this shit. Again, I hope everybody has a good night. And then I'll try to go live again sometime in the near future. And yeah, let's hope fucking Daddy Trump makes Pam Bondi fucking get to the bottom of this and Brian withdraws his shit. So get on the fucking horn with your little get on the phone with your source, bro. Tonight. All right.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. I appreciate everybody being here. Have a good night. Later.